week's edition of Draft Utopia. Chris Ransom and William Yanish from Under the Bleachers are here.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the top 10 of my NBA mock. I already gave you 1 through 5 of my NBA and NHL mocks last week. This week, I'm going to give you 6 through 10. I am going to provide an option for, I know because Joey had the first 4 picks in the NBA Draft Simulator. We'll see if we do that when he shows up. But at this point, I'm gonna just, I'm just gonna pull up my mock draft, get that out of the way, and then get that out of the way here. I'm not saying we won't pull up the draft simulator. I'm saying until Joey gets here, because I know there's a thumbnail for the later event, but I have both those guys. Well, I only have one of those guys going in the top 10, and it's Braden Burries. But we talked about Boozer. We talked Peterson last week. We talked Caleb Wilson of the Bulls. So the Clippers are the one team Joey and I are kind of torn on. I have Wagler here. I mentioned Wagler last week. But the guy that really a lot of people are sleeping on is Kingston Flemings. He's a great defender, point guard, and I think they're going to move Igor Demon to shooting guard, so that's why I've got Flemings on the Nets. The Kings get Darius Acuff. They get that true point guard in Acuff, who's averaging 26 points a game. He was taking over games in the tournament, and big reason why Arkansas made the Sweet 16 is Darius Acuff Jr. His defensive play is still an area of improvement, but he does enough offensively to be a day one starter. The Hawks get Mikael Brown Jr. He will replace Trae Young, who is now on the Washington Wizards. And he makes a lot of sense here at 8. But like Acuff, his weakness is defense, but he's a great passer, great shooter. And, he just has to fix his defense. And then the Mavericks, I gave them Ade Mara at 9. Ade Mara is a guy who has the short range, medium range, long range that you want in a shooter. He can defend the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5. And then the Bucks, I gave the Bucks Braden Burries, the Arizona player, in the thumbnail. So for the thumbnail that I used today, we've got Mikael Brown Jr., the Louisville player that has yet to be picked in the draft simulator. Braden Burries, because Joey said he wanted Burries or Amen at 5, but he hadn't decided. And I know Joey's going through some stuff here. It was just a rough week. When I say rough week, I mean got run over by a truck, and I really don't think it's cool to talk about that on the air. Keep personal details personal, I try to say as little as possible when it comes to internal matters like that. Whether it's William, Joey, myself, Ron, whoever, I try to say as little as possible whenever I get personal texts like that.
Yeah.
It's just a rule of thumb. It's like it's a rule of thumb to say as little as possible whenever you get texts like that. And just,
Well, we wish him the best, and maybe he'll be here today.
Maybe he'll be here today, but, I'm looking at this, and basically, right now, I'm going to jump into this. I do have picks 11 and 12 typed on the site. I don't have anything else typed at the moment, and I've got 13 players on the NBA Draft Simulator for Joey to choose from whenever he gets here. But in the meantime, I'm going to go through the NHL mock, and then I'll update the simulator, and then William and I will update some NFL games. So basically, whenever Joey gets here, he'll have the opportunity to play catch up. But yeah, I'm gonna do. We already talked about 1 through 5 last week. The only pick William and I disagreed on was the Rangers. I have Carrells at 6. I think Carrells is a better player, but from what I'm hearing, I think the Rangers have more interest in Reed. But I think Carell is the better overall player, but Carell's is going to North Dakota where Verhoff played. That is the news.
Okay, yeah. Sorry to cut you off, but on a side note, man, I mean, what the fuck is going on with the Avalanche?
I know. I mean, I'm kind of Cale McCarr's injured. Cale McCarr, their best defenseman, is injured. He missed games 1 and 2. That's why their defense is. That's why they've played worse.
Yeah, at home, man. 2-0 at home. I mean,
Dallas was in this exact situation versus Vegas a few years ago with a completely healthy roster. They went down 2-0, and they came back and beat Vegas in 7 games.
Yeah, all right.
And they won 2 in Vegas, and then they won Game 5 at home, and they lost Game 6 at home. Game 6 in Vegas, so, and then they won the series in 7 with home ice. So as long as Colorado wins, and that's the thing, Colorado won the first 2 games against Vegas in 2021, and then Vegas proceeded to win 4 in a row against the Avalanche in 2021. So the Golden Knights and the Stars are the 2 teams that have given Nate McKinnon the most hell over the years. And the Golden Knights, they fired their coach. That's what makes it even worse, William. The Golden Knights fired their Stanley Cup winning head coach Bruce Cassidy, and they hired John Tortorella, a guy who has not won the Stanley Cup since 2004. And he's kind of out there. I mean, he coached the Flyers, and Carter Hart's played out of his mind these first 2 games. Former Flyers starting goalie Carter Hart, he's played out of his mind for the Golden Knights. That's why they're up 2-0. But, yeah. Here's the thing, though. The Golden Knights didn't speak with the media after beating Anaheim, so the NHL stripped them of a 2nd-round pick. So Vegas is not going to have a pick until the 3rd round now. They lost the appeal because they refused to speak with the media, which is dumb. It's like,
right.
They intentionally injured a player on Anaheim, and they didn't want to speak to the media because if they said, "Oh, we put a bounty on this player," the NHL was going to take a pick away from them. But by not speaking to the media, the NHL still stripped him of a draft pick, which I'm pretty sure the NHL is the only sport to do that, to strip a team of a draft pick for not speaking with the media.
Well, I mean, you take out a player on purpose, man. That ain't cool, man.
No, it's not.
I mean, injuring somebody. Yeah. I mentioned last week playing football, playing safety and linebacker. The first thing that I learned was early in the game, on the first few plays, when you get a chance, just lay that receiver clean out, dude. And I'm not talking about hurting him. I'm just talking about hitting him as hard as you can,
Yep.
And then they don't want to catch the ball.
Well, Mark Stone's a dirty player, William. Mark Stone, the Vegas Golden Knights captain, is a dirty player. He aimed his hockey stick at Miro Heiskanen's knee back in last year in the regular season. Heiskanen came back for the 2nd round of the playoffs, but he missed that opening round series where Dallas beat Colorado in 7 games.
Well,
Colorado has to find their inner Dallas. They've got to find a way to win these games without their best defenseman because the Stars were able to beat Colorado without Jason Robertson, without Miro Heiskanen. They were both healthy this year, but it's like only 4 players on the Stars, I think, were fully healthy. They had 13 out of 20 players either out with injuries or dealing with injuries of some degree. And they still lost the Wild, and the Wild lost to Colorado. But, Cale McCarr's got to come back for Game 3. Right. I don't think it's over yet, but as of right now, Colorado's Stanley Cup odds have dropped from 50% to 14%.
Yeah.
On Money Puck as of
you're down 2-0. I mean, that's not. There's a mindset. There's a mindset involved because that's when you want the players that I talk about with heart and desire. The ones that want to win. Some of them get down 0-2 and they don't know what to do. They get flustered, and then screw up the game, And
I think the series.
I have no use for those players.
Yeah, if Colorado can rally back and get a couple of wins in Vegas, I still think they'll win the series. But it's at the worst case for Vegas right now is it's going to go 7 games and Colorado's going to win in 7. That's the worst case for Vegas. The best case for Vegas is You finish off Colorado and you don't give them a chance to host a Game 5. If you're a Vegas Golden Knights fan, you want to finish off Colorado as quickly as possible because
I just have to say this, man. Avalanche keeps going.
yeah, I mean, this is not the way you're torturing William is not cool. I know Nate McKinnon injured Rupe Hintz, but the hit looked clean. Whereas Mark Stone, he aimed his stick at Miro's knee last year, and then now you injure a player on Anaheim. McCarr's out, but Carter Hart. Carter Hart was a goalie who was he was accused of sexual assault. I don't think he got convicted, but the Flyers decided to cut him last year. Vegas takes a flyer on him. Oh, and John Tortorella. Tortorella cusses more than any coach in sports. NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB. I think he cusses more than any coach in sports. I think Belichick might be the only coach that cusses more than John Tortorella. That's it. Bill Belichick's the only coach that I would argue cusses more than Tortorella. That's it. And then there's a huge gap between Belichick, Tortorella, and the next guy that cusses in sports.
Well, Belichick does it, and he's not very, he's just matter of fact about it. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's not over the top, and that's why it doesn't.
Tortorella's over the top. Belichick is not over the top. That's a big difference.
I don't deal with screamers, man, because I scream back. Well, actually, I do get along with them. I had a boss like that, man, and literally, I quit 5 times, and every time I saw him, he offered me more money. Yeah. And pretty soon, he's yelling at everybody but me, and it's like, come on, man. We almost went to blows in his driveway, man. This was on an elk ranch. It was crazy. He started ripping this old dude, and this old guy, I mean, he had prostate issues. When he had to pee, he had to fucking pee, and dude, he started lighting in on him, so I just took off on him, and I was like, and yeah, he's like, oh yeah, me. I get halfway to my car, man, and he's already apologized, and I'm like, yeah, right. But I just don't deal with screamers, man. But
yeah,
I can be demanding, as a coach, but I can also be like, I understand things.
Yeah, you want to be persuasive, but you don't want to scream so loud that you lose the team.
Yeah, for sure. Because that just doesn't work, man. And especially in sports, when you're, 25, 30 years old, you're yelling at grown men, dude. And it's like, come on, dude.
That's why Tortorella's been all over the place. I know I'm going off topic with John Tortorella, but Tortorella, the last time Tortorella won a Stanley Cup, it was 2004, the year before the NHL lockout. He's been all over the place since then. He won a cup with the Lightning, and then after that, Tortorella, he was with the Lightning from 2001 to 2008, won a cup there, and then he took over the New York Rangers. He got the Rangers to a. No, he did. He got the Rangers to the conference finals, where they lost to New Jersey. But the Rangers made a Stanley Cup right after they fired him, and then Vancouver hired him to replace Vigneault. Vancouver got worse after they hired him. Columbus hired him. He did have some success in Columbus. Beat the President's Trophy winner Tampa Bay Lightning. Swept the President's Trophy winner Tampa Bay Lightning in 2019. Colorado, their President's Trophy winner. The last time they won the President's Trophy, I believe they lost to Vegas in the second round of the playoffs back in 2020, 2021. And then he was the Flyers head coach for 2 years, and then he was dismissed. Then he was the assistant for the US NTDP team, and then the U.S. team in the Winter Olympics, and then he took over for Bruce Cassidy, leading the Golden Knights to a 7-0-1 record to end the year. And I mean, this is the first time since 03-04 where Tortorella's in a position to take a team to the Cup Finals. I mean, he got one Cup appearance with Tampa Bay in 03-04, but he hasn't really gotten back to a Cup Final since then, and he might not get back. He could still end up choking this series, but yeah, Tortorella. I've got Corrales at 6, but yes, number 7 is Seattle Kraken. Yep, this is they when Colorado won the division 2 years ago, they did upset the Avalanche in 2023, but they've been irrelevant ever since. I mean, they've missed the playoffs 3 of their last 4 years, and part of that is because they haven't drafted a defenseman in the first round. Albert Smith, 6'3", 205. This is a guy that has great size, can defend well, good on special teams as a power play and penalty killer. He plays in Finland, and this is the logo for Mikkel and Jukurit, a hockey team in Finland. This is the logo. I know it looks like the Minnesota Vikings logo on a Rager. I know it looks like the Minnesota Vikings logo on a Rager at a party. But that's the logo for Mikkel and Jukurit. Jukurit in Finland. So yeah. And then Daxon Rudolph, number 1 pick in the WHL draft 3 years ago. They get Daxon Rudolph. Winnipeg has the best goalie in the league, but they do not have any defenders that are good. Like, how do you have the best goalie in the league and no defenders that can help him out? So Daxon Rudolph just makes a lot of sense for Winnipeg here. Florida Panthers, they won the last 2 Stanley Cups. They missed the playoffs this year. So, and since the first round pick they sent the Blackhawks was top 10 protected, they only fell 1 spot in the draft. And Vigio Bjork and Oliver Suvanto, 6'2", 208. Those are the 2 they're reportedly looking at. Bjork was a preseason top 10 pick. I believe Bjork will go 9th overall to Florida. And they'd have Barkov, they'd have Lundell, Bennett, and Bjork in 27-28. It's also possible Florida plays Bjork in the AHL at 27-28 and then brings him up in 28-29. And then Nashville, I gave them Tynan Lawrence, the guy Ron is high on. They do lose a center to free agency, and Nashville and Dallas were the only 2 teams to get all A+ grades a year ago in 2025. And Nashville just, Tynan Lawrence, this is a guy who chose the USHL over the QMJHL, won the Clark Cup with Muskegon, missed the beginning of the season, played a little bit for Muskegon, and then he rolls at Boston University. And I think with the renovation at Bridgestone Arena, I think that's going to run through 2030. They can be patient with this rebuild. They don't have to rush any draft picks up. You want to get your best players in. You want to get your best draft picks or your best players in the system to where they're making an impact by 2030, so that when you have the renovation complete to Bridgestone Arena, you have players that get butts in the seats, that get fans in the seats. That's basically the thought process there. But yeah. Nashville, I gave them Tynan Lawrence at 10. But yeah, that's it for the NHL. I don't know why the camera is the way it is. I'm just trying to get the right angle here. There we go. Okay, there we go. There you see the pics a lot better. I'll reload them. I'm not going to reload them, but I'm not going to reread them, but I'll re-scroll so you can see everything one more time in case you had trouble seeing everything. And yeah, I'm going to load up the draft simulator. Usually we do the NBA simulator first. We'll see what William does with 6 through 10 here. And then last time he went with Corrales at 5. I mean, but yeah, I'm guessing top 5 is the same as last time. McKenna, Stenberg, Malhotra, Verhoff, and then Corrales. But I think number 6 is a very interesting spot for Calgary. What defender do you want to go with? Do you want to go with Reed? Do you want to go with Schmitz? I think there's a lot of intriguing options. I do have this up to 30 players at the moment. I'll add 31 and 32 after the show today. So,
yeah, man. I mean, Schmidt. He seems like a good choice here. Possibly.
I think William wanted Schmitz at 6, but you got Chase Reed. The computer did auto draft. But yeah, Schmitz at 7 makes a lot. I agree, that's the best player. And then Winnipeg needs defense, so.
Yep.
So Rudolph, and then Florida at 9 is where things get tricky. But they're looking at a guy from Finland who's 6'2", 202, and they're looking at Bjork. I did not add the guy from Finland to the simulator. I'm not as impressed with his tape, but I mean, I guess we'll go Bjork for now. But if William wants the guy from Finland, I'll have to add him to the simulator, and we'll change that pick. Will be changed next week if that's.
Go with what we got here, man.
We've got Bjork, and then we've got the guy from Finland, 6'2", 208.
Give me Bjork. He's probably from Finland too.
From Sweden. He's from Sweden, but yeah.
Oh, well,
Second best Sweden. Scandinavia. They're all the same. Guys from Sweden and Finland are both from Scandinavia. They both play hockey in Scandinavia. Yeah, the countries are different. The cultures are different, but countries are the same. They're in the same region as far as the talent level goes.
I have some ancestors in Denmark, so I mean that's just right south.
And then number 10, Nashville, could go Tynan Lawrence. The guy Ron likes here. Could also go Ethan Belchets. That size is pretty impressive. 6'5", 227. I think I have the Blues taking him at 11, but I could see why it's very tempting to pick Belchets over Lawrence here with that size advantage.
Yeah, for sure. Give me the big guy.
So Nashville takes Ethan Belchets, and you'll have to find out next week. Sorry, Ron, you'll have to find out next week where William slots Tynan Lawrence. Because, the Blues are on the clock. We'll see. The Blues have 3 first-round picks, including the Avs' first-round pick. I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna wait till Joey gets here, and if he doesn't get here, we'll just update our simulators, and then because I really don't want to update the NFL Draft Simulators in June for Joey if he's not here today. Like, I know he'll be here today, so what we'll do in the meantime is we'll give Joey the floor to update his NBA Draft Simulator and to update his NFL schedule. But in the meantime, we will update our simulators. We'll update William's simulator. We'll give William the floor to update his NFL schedule for weeks 8 through 14. I'm going to do 8 through 14 today because that's the bye weeks. I want to get all the bye weeks out of the way today. And then next week we'll only do weeks 15 through 18, but I will throw in a 2027 Memorial Day mock draft as a reward with my draft order. If you want to use your draft order from your draft simulator, that's cool. You can do that, but it's gonna differ slightly from mine. But yes, a 1-round mock draft with my draft order. You'll get the playoff predictions first week of June. You'll get the playoff predictions in the first week of June, but you'll get the regular season next week. We'll probably throw in the MLB Draft Simulator as well because I've got that updated. I just haven't started the write-ups. And I'm guessing the thumbnail for next week's going to be Rock Chalosky in a White Sox jersey, just because Williams' team's the White Sox. They have the number 1 pick, and we really haven't done a thumbnail for them yet. And UCLA looks like they're going to win the Big Ten tournament. So I'm guessing that's the direction we're going in next week, but I don't want to do too much foreshadowing. That being said, I'm going to load up the DuckDuckGo. So Joey had the Brave browser, William had DuckDuckGo, and I'm going to load up William's simulator here. We'll knock out some more games for week 8. and then I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna go grab my drink, man. I'll be right back.
go get your drink. We're not in a hurry to do anything.
Usually I got my AirPods, but they're on the.
No worries. But yeah, weeks. Part of running a show is pivoting. Like, if you're sometimes, you know, I'm sorry. I'm laughing with the comment here Trump made about Jackson Dart. I'm looking at the legs there. He's this beautiful guy. He's got legs like tree trunks. That's not a good thing for women. Trump on Jackson Dart. I don't know.
You over here cracking jokes, man?
I'm reading what Polymarket Sports is tweeting about President Trump Trump commented Jackson Dart. He was at a New York rally. Dart introduced Trump at the rally last night, and Trump basically said this about Dart. I'm looking at the legs there. He's this beautiful guy. He's got legs like tree trunks. This is not a good thing for women.
Nah, that pretty boy persona isn't good for women.
I'm just laughing at the comment. I'm not encouraging the president one way or the other. I'm laughing with and at the comment.
Exactly, man.
I can
you know,
both.
I mean, that's the thing. You gotta work with what there is, and you gotta understand how many lies are out there going on every side, man. And
Yep.
you know, I mean, but it's like I was saying last week. You know, you just got to get out and vote, man. You know, make your
Agreed.
voice.
Regardless of what party you like the most, get out, vote, make your voice heard. Just don't go crazy and destroy people in the riots. Like,
Right.
you want to peacefully protest or riot by virtual punching, not punching people or animals, but virtual punching the air. I don't have a problem with that. If you want to,
Or a bunch of
you might piss off if you assault the air, you might piss off an environmentalist,
Well,
but I don't really care.
You can be like Kyle, you know, and drink a Monster and punch some holes in the drywall. You know, I mean, it's your own drywall. It's your own.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Not
But yeah,
your own, like you own it, not like you rent it.
okay. I'm loading Williams picks right now. We're on to week 8. And we've got the 4-2. I've already got my picks set. I picked the Packers in this game, but I've got the Packers at 11-6, and I've got the Panthers at 8-9 to end the year. I'm kind of curious. You've got both these teams in the thick of the wild card race, 4-2 versus 4-3. This is a very big game.
So
It's a game that has playoff implications potentially.
4-3 for Green Bay.
Yeah, 4-2 for Carolina and 4-3 for Green Bay.
Oh man, you know, I really want to see the Panthers do well, and you know, I think Brazel can do that. I think, you know, Mitchell Evans is going to step in, you know, in some, because you know they're running 12, 13 personnel.
I feel like the Packers, even if they win the division, they're not a team that I think gets past the divisional round. And Carolina does have more depth at receiver, while Green Bay feels weaker at corner. So the Panthers could certainly pull off the upset.
Yeah, and I think I talked myself into it. Give me the bet, you know.
All right.
And like I said, Mitchell Evans, he's going to do something this year, at least, you know. 'Cause he gets in there, he does all the dirty work, you know, and they reward him once in a while, you know. He caught a touchdown for 3.
I did take the Ravens to upset the Bills. That was one of my upsets.
Oh.
I just think the Ravens are sick of losing the Bills in the regular season. So I think that's why I took the Ravens to hand the Bills their first loss of the year.
One thing, you know, I've been saying about the Bills is, you know, they haven't given Josh Allen, you know, really a receiver to work with, you know, outside of when he had Stephon Diggs. You know, I mean, they tried with Keon, but the one thing is, Skylar Bell has the highest ceiling of any.
Yeah, I agree. I think I've got like a 92 for potential on Bell, but we don't know when he's going to start. And the Bills have DJ Moore. They have Josh Palmer. They have Khalil Shakir.
DJ Moore
And
is
basically,
just a workhorse, man. You know, it doesn't matter
he is.
who the quarterback is. He, you know, gets 1,000 yards generally. You know, and he's been through a
Yeah, I
lot of
think the Bills.
quarterbacks.
I think the Bill. I have the Ravens beating Buffalo but missing the playoffs or getting in as a wild card. Whereas I think Buffalo, in most seasons, I picked them to beat the Ravens, but after blowing the lead they blew to the Bills in Week 1 and losing the playoffs to the Bills, I just think the Ravens are pissed. They're going to put their foot down and hand the Bills their first loss of the
I
season.
think
But
it's gonna.
this is a big game.
Yeah,
This is a big game.
I think it's gonna
because-
be a dogfight, but give me the Bills. You know,
All right, cool.
It has the potential to be one of the best games of the year.
I agree. And then you've got this is basically an elimination game between the Titans and Bengals, but I feel like you're going to pick the Bengals.
Yeah. For sure, man. You know, Tennessee's just too young, and I think they've got some pretty mid players. You know, Carnell Tate, I like. You know, he's a good receiver. I don't believe he is a true number one by any means. You know, he is like the Masen Muhammad to Steve Smith kind of guy. You know.
Yeah, I avoid picking ties, but if Arizona does not start Carson Beck by week 8, William just might give this game a tie simply because he doesn't want to pick the Cowboys to win.
Man.
Simply.
Yeah. I don't want the Cowboys to win, but you know, if Carson Beck is starting,
if Carson Beck isn't starting,
then
what do you do?
Give me that tie. I'm dead serious, man. I'll call that a tie. That, you know, there's not very many like ever.
32-32 is the final score.
Man, they went at it.
I don't call ties, but I do think it's fun whenever people predict ties. It makes things.
I'm sure 32-32. You know, I mean, Love got a touchdown. McBride got a touchdown. You know, I mean,
Dak got a touchdown. Lamb got a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yep. Aiden Hutchinson sends either Kyler Murray or J.J. McCarthy to the Shadow Realm. Doesn't matter which quarterback is starting; it's going to happen.
Yeah, that's another thing right here. If Murray is starting, I'm definitely. This is up against the Lions.
Yeah, it's in Detroit.
Yeah, so definitely a rivalry game. If Kyler Murray is starting, they have a chance. If J.J. McCarthy is in there, no, not at all. But give me the Lions, man.
And 22-19 is the score the simulator presents William. So Raiders Jets in New York. It's Raiders versus Jets in New York. I think both these teams are terrible. Yes. And with the Cardinals tying the Cowboys, the loser of this game would be in the driver's seat for that number 1 pick now.
Yeah. And so I understand what the Raiders are trying to do, but the Raiders are the Raiders. So, you know, I mean, and the Jets, we talked for the season about them tanking. You know, and yeah, give me the Raiders. I think Kubiak will try
Williams got the Raiders. Simulators going 32-24 Raiders. The Browns versus the Steelers. It's in Pittsburgh. I know William voted for Watt as a nominee for the cover for Week 8, and he's one of the finalists. So this could be in Pittsburgh. The Browns haven't been able to beat the Steelers in Pittsburgh. So I don't see that changing. I think the Browns and Steelers
They don't have a quarterback, but, you know, I mean, they're
Aaron Rodgers is coming back.
Oh, well, I'm at the Browns, but yeah. You know, I mean, Aaron Rodgers, he's
I think
old,
Browns fans will take this. If they put up 21 against the Steelers and lose by 6, I think Browns fans won't be happy in the heat of the moment, but I think they would take this score for this exact game.
Yeah. So, definitely.
And then we've got So Baker's going to keep winning, right? Or
Yes.
no?
Yes.
Or are you going to go land and make? All right.
That's another rivalry game, but
15-16. Colts and the Jaguars in
Ooh.
Jacksonville.
Man, another division. I like the Colts. As actually, wait, what week is that?
It's week 8. It's in Jacksonville.
That's
It's,
about depending on when Daniel Jones comes back. That's another problem too.
Yeah.
He tore that Achilles at the end of the season. If he's there, I got the Colts. Give me, yeah, let's say he's back. Give me the Colts.
All right. Chargers and Rams in LA.
Give me the Chargers. Harbaugh's gonna wanna,
I agree, and you're probably taking the Broncos over the Chiefs in Denver. That weather in Denver
Yeah.
it'd be rough
rivalry,
about this time of the year.
So yeah,
Patriots, Dolphins in Miami. Patriots did beat the Dolphins in Miami last year, and Miami's QB situation was a lot better compared to what it is now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Patriots.
And then we've got Eagles, Commanders, Sunday Night Football.
Ooh, that's another one. Depending on if Jaden Daniels is healthy.
I do have the Commanders winning. I'm assuming Jaden will be healthy.
Yeah. Well, the way he plays, it only takes one of those hits, man.
It's true.
And then, yeah. But yeah, definitely, I'll take the Commanders.
And then Bears and Seahawks in Seattle. As much as I'd like to see Caleb win this game, I just don't think it's going to happen. I think Seattle's going to win this game.
Yeah, it's going to be something, and Ben Johnson is good.
Especially if Kenneth Walker goes off in Week 7 in a revenge game against the Seahawks. They're not losing 2 primetime games at home in a row.
Well, the thing is also, we've seen Ben Johnson, let Caleb Williams, when the play breaks down and just letting him flat out sling it. But not that he's that great at slinging it. But he tosses up a bunch of passes. I'm definitely taking the Seahawks, but Ben Johnson, he showed last year.
39-20? It's going to be closer than that. I agree the Seahawks are going to win, but it's going to be closer
very much,
than that.
man. Ben Johnson is, he's.
All right, so after 8 weeks, Patriots are still the 1 seed at 8-0. The Niners are 6-1. Broncos and Steelers are both 6-2. Buccaneers are 6-2. The Texans are 5-2. The Lions and Giants lead their divisions at 5-2. Panthers are wild card 1. You get Bryce Young, Jackson Dart playoff game. Seattle plays Detroit in Detroit. Philly goes to Tampa. Philly's currently the 7 seed at 4-4, and then you've got Bills, Texans in Houston, Ravens at Steelers in Pittsburgh, and Chiefs, Broncos in Denver. So those are the current wild card matchups in Williams' scenario through 8 weeks. Yeah, let me check my phone.
That sound.
If I get any baboops, that means Joey's on Restream. If I get any baboops, but yeah, I don't. All right, so Week 9. I'm gonna pull up Week 9 on my schedule here, and Thursday night game starts with I think it's an AFC Thursday night game. It's the Jags and Ravens. I took the Ravens to beat the Baltimore. As much like the Jags, I think the way they handled the running back and tight end situation was bad, and I just think the Ravens they're not going to lose the Jags at home.
Yeah.
William, what are you thinking here?
Yeah, I like the Ravens. Jaguars, they got potential, but they finally got a tight end, and because oil, but that just depends on how they bring him along because he is obviously ultra productive for a tight end
Yeah.
in college, and
Bengals play Atlanta in
all he's got
Atlanta.
to do
Or
is
this
stick
is
the hand up.
Madrid, I think. I think this is Madrid, actually. The Bengals play the Falcons in Madrid, Spain.
Hmm.
So
I'll take
this,
the Bengals again.
so the Bengals get back to 500, but they're still playing catch-up. And then the Colts, they beat the Cowboys. They gain a game on the Bengals, even though they're on the outside looking in.
Yeah, Colts.
And then the Chiefs play the Jets. It's in
Oh,
Arrowhead. As much as William wants to pick the Jets, that's just not realistic.
yeah.
The Lions play the Dolphins in Miami. It's going to be a Lions win, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with that. Miami's gonna have to get a few wins somewhere, but it depends on who's starting at quarterback.
Yeah, that's the thing. Right now, it's Malik Willis. Until they bench
Yeah,
him for
and
years, I usually assume that QBs don't get benched until the QB officially does get benched. I just assume they don't get benched until the bye week, unless they get
right,
injured. So, and
right.
I think the Dolphins have already used their. Well, we're on week 9, so the Dolphins have already used their bye week. But Browns and Saints in New Orleans.
Ooh, the Saints. Tyler Shug. I was kind of in college. Intrigued by him, but he never finished a season, and he just flashed in college a few times, and that was about it. And he hasn't done much in the NFL. I mean, I can't pick him in this game, so I got to go with the Browns.
So Joey's Browns get a third win here, and you're starting to see that gap. The Giants and Eagles, it's in Philly. The Giants and Eagles did split last year with the Giants winning at home and Eagles winning at home.
Yeah. And they probably play again at the end of the season, right?
Yeah.
I'll take New York Giants, man.
The Giants go on the road and beat the Eagles and build that lead. So we got the Rams and Commanders in Washington.
Gotta take the Rams, man.
Yeah. And then you've got the 6-2 Broncos versus the 5-2 Panthers in Carolina.
Carolina's gonna lose, man.
Yeah.
That defense.
The experience has to catch up with Carolina at a certain point.
Yeah.
Chargers over Texans, right? They get back to 500, make things interesting in the second half.
Yeah, for sure.
So
they're gonna be a well-coached team.
Your Niners are 7-1. Patriots. It's Tom Brady's first game on Fox at Gillette Stadium.
I gotta take Patriots, man.
All right, so the Patriots are 9-0, and then we've got Cardinals and Seahawks. Seahawks are probably going to win this game. And then Sunday Night Football is Bears, Buccaneers in Chicago.
Give me the Bears. Ben Johnson's going to be a little bit mad about that upset. So.
And then the Bills play the Vikings. The Bills are not losing Kyler or McCarthy. Look at Williams' playoff picture here. Patriots are still in the 1 spot. What has changed is the Broncos and Ravens are the 2 7-2 teams. So Steelers swap places with the Broncos due to the bye week. The Texans stay at 4. The Bills stay at 5. The Chiefs stay at 7. Nothing really changes in the AFC. The Niners were the ones. The Buccaneers go from the 2 seed to the 4 seed. The Giants and Lions both move up to 2 and 3. Seahawks at 6 and 3 are 5 now. Panthers are now 6, and the 5 and 4 Bears edge out the 4 and 5 Packers, 4 and 5 Rams, and 4 and 5 Eagles for that last wild card. So, again, I'm going to pull up weeks 10 here.
All right.
All right, I've got Thursday night game is Giants Commanders. It is in Washington. It's in New York, actually. I've got the Giants winning. It's in New York. I've got the Giants winning. I've got the Giants at 10-7. But I've got the Giants at 10-7. Williams got the Giants at 7-2. The Patriots, they head to Detroit in Berlin, Germany, to face the Fuhrer, known as Dan Campbell. I know, yes, Dan Campbell's the Fuhrer in this situation. No. If you compare him to the other guy in Germany, the other two guys in Germany during the WW era, you deserve to have your ass kicked. But, yes, I'm joking when I say Campbell's the Fuhrer because it's in Berlin, Germany. I do have the Lions winning this game. I have the Patriots.
Yeah, this is probably about the time that their streak's going to get shut down. So,
yeah,
I'll
it's a
take
good
the Lions.
streak, though. You have to admit, it's a good run by the Patriots.
It's a good run to
You're 9-1. It's nothing to be ashamed of. You're 9-1 on the year.
No.
And the Chiefs to Atlanta. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, the Lions I don't see them losing to New England. And if you start 9-0 and you lose to the Lions in Berlin, I can live with that, especially with that 2-game lead over the Bills. It's 2 games right now. It's going to be 1 game probably after the Bills win. But the Chiefs and the Falcons in Atlanta, this could be an upset. I'm still leaning Kansas City simply because Karlaftis is one of the best left ends in the league, and Jawan Taylor, the former Chiefs right tackle, is the Falcons right tackle, and that's the blind side for Tua. We're looking at week.
Where do I have the Chiefs on her?
You have them at 6-2, and you have the Falcons at 1-8.
Give me the upset.
All right, upset happens. And then the Browns play the Texans.
Ooh, defensive. That's going to be a tough game. I'll definitely take the Texans, though. They're just a little bit better.
Yeah, I took the Browns in the home upset. But yeah, the Texans have been the steadier team. Stroud gets the W. Vikings-Packers in Green Bay. Packers. All right. Jaguars and Titans in Tennessee. I think I took the Titans here.
Yeah, actually.
All right. And then the Colts host the Dolphins, so they got a chance to continue to close that gap.
Yeah, give me the Colts because, Jones should be back around somewhere around week 8, week 9, plus somewhere in there.
Panthers and Saints in New Orleans. I know the Panthers got swept by New Orleans last year.
Yeah, and I think that'll probably happen again. The Saints are tough at home, man.
Yeah.
They really. I mean, that's a tough place to play.
Agreed. So the Saints close the gap on Carolina, and then the Bills play the Jets in New York. They're going to win that game. And then the Seahawks play the Raiders in Las Vegas. Clint Kubiak gets to face his old team.
Yeah, give me the Seahawks.
The Rams and Cardinals in Arizona.
Where do I have them per records?
4-5 for the Rams, 1-7-1 for the Cardinals with the tie to the Cowboys.
Give me the upset with the Cardinals.
Cardinals upset the Rams. They moved to 2-7-1, and now you've got the 1-8 Dolphins, 1-9 Jets, and 1-7-1 Cowboys. Oh, and you're taking the Niners over the Cowboys. I know that.
Fuck the Cowboys.
1-8-1. Well, I think they are ahead of the Dolphins at the moment, and then we got 2 games left for the week. You've got Steelers, Bengals, and Cincinnati. That's the Sunday night game. If the Bengals win, they are only a game back of Pittsburgh in that wild card race. Things really heat up there.
Wait.
It's Steelers, Bengals, and Cincy.
Oh.
If Bengals win, they're only a game back of the wild card.
Well, I'm wondering if Rodgers isn't going to get hurt or something. I mean, I got to pick against Rodgers. Give me Cincy.
Yeah. 18-21. It'll be close though.
Yeah.
And then the Chargers and Ravens in Baltimore.
Ooh.
Who did I pick here? I took the Ravens.
Okay,
but I initially had the Chargers.
Yeah.
I initially did have the Chargers winning, so William wants the Chargers from what I heard.
Yes, sir.
All right, so here's what we have after 10 weeks. The Patriots and Broncos are still at 1 and 2. The Ravens are still at 3. Nothing's really changed outside of Pittsburgh and Kansas City swapping spots. Kansas City moves up from 7 to 6, and Pittsburgh drops from 6 to 7, 6-7. And then the Niners remain at 1. The Giants and Lions are firmly trapped in 2 and 3. Bucks are at 4th. Seahawks remain at 5. And even with losses, the Bears and Panthers remain at 6 and 7, respectively, at 5 and 4. So, but the Saints are only a game back. The Eagles are only a game back. The Packers are 5 and 5. A lot can happen. So, a lot can happen. I'm kind of curious to see what changes Joey implements. I just have a feeling he's not going to make it.
Yeah.
But because it's like, if you're having if you get hit by a vehicle, I could see why you'd be in too much pain and you just want to rest and recover.
Yeah, for sure. Man, I was walking.
I hope he's okay, but yeah, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
I was in the crosswalk, man, about 7 years ago, man. And this lady freaking, like, literally, I saw it coming. She clipped my knee, dude, with her bumper trying to go. And I came off the ground, jumped, and, kept myself from getting hurt. I fucking looked at her. I was like, come on, man.
Yep. So through 11 games, here we've got the Texans and the Colts.
Texans and the Colts. Yeah. It's going to be some offense up against some. Give me the Colts.
Colts win on Thursday night, and they overtake the Texans. So we have our first, and then the Bills beat the Dolphins, span that, and the Patriots are on a bye week. So the Patriots and Bills are both 9-1 now. Saints and Bears in Chicago.
Bears.
The Titans and Cowboys in Dallas. This is a tough game to pick because this is a game the Cowboys could conceivably win.
Mm-hmm.
But this is also a game Tennessee could win.
Yeah. Give me Tennessee.
All right, the Titans making things interesting here. Buccaneers Lions at 6-3 versus 7-2. I took the Buccaneers to beat the Lions on the road.
Yeah. I'll take Baker.
All right, so got the Buccaneers at 7-3, the Lions at 7-3. Jackson Dart's going to be 8-2, I'm guessing, beats the Jags, and the Chiefs should beat the Cardinals at home, knowing they pretty much have to stay in contention. And then the Ravens head to Carolina. Did I pick the? I think I did pick the Ravens up. I did pick the Panthers to upset the Ravens.
I'm going to take
at home.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Ravens.
Williams taking the Ravens. The Panthers are going to drop to 5-5.
Yeah.
And they still have that last wild card at the moment.
Yeah.
The Chargers play the Jets. I would imagine you're taking the Chargers.
Yeah.
Broncos over Raiders. Now, Steelers, Eagles, this is where things get interesting because if the Steelers lose the Eagles, I think the Texans or Chargers will be the last wild card. If the Eagles win, do they jump Carolina? I just want to see. If you want me to pick the Steelers, I will. I just want to see what happens if the Eagles win, what the ripple effect is. I'm curious.
Yeah, give me the Eagles.
The Steelers still stay in the final wild card, and so do the Panthers. So
Okay.
it didn't matter. It didn't matter. The Vikings play the Niners in Mexico, and the Niners defense builds a wall to keep J.J. McCarthy out of America. Sorry. Not sorry. I mean, Nick Bosa, he has his MAGA hats. We're not going to get political here, but we are going to make jokes about how the Niners defense is building a wall to keep J.J. McCarthy out of America in Mexico.
Oh, man.
We'd have zero journalistic integrity if we didn't make those
Right. Agreed.
Jane Daniels is 1-0 versus Joe Burrow. Does he improve to 2-0 versus Burrow? And both those games were Monday night games, I might add.
Yeah, give me Jaden Daniels.
All right. I think Joey's here. I just heard the beep, the boop. All right, so Joey's here. I don't think we're on week 9, but I gotta check for a second. What week are we on for your simulator? We're on week 11 for your simulator. So Joey, I'm gonna get you caught up on the. I'll get your simulator loaded in a moment, and I'll get the NBA. How do you feel? Do you want to do it? And I'm kind of curious what you've got in your NBA draft and the NFL schedules. I'm kind of curious what you got that differs from William and myself. But I'm glad you're here, and yeah.
Yeah, what up, man?
I'm still alive.
I'm
glad you're still alive. And since I know you're not in the best, you're going through some stuff right now, I'm going to let you pick whether you load the, because we'll have you do the NBA simulator and the NFL schedule, but I'll let you pick which one you want to do since I know you're not in the best, I don't know what the right choice of words here is. I'll let you elaborate if you want to elaborate.
I'm alive.
And that's awesome.
That's enough. I'm alive.
Yeah. I don't want the demo restream. I don't want the demo. Honestly, I should just delete the demo so welcome's the only thing that shows up on the screen. Because it pretty much forces restream to adapt to my needs instead of
Right.
But I don't know how to. Stop sharing. Let's just click stop sharing. Because I do want to stop sharing the Williams window so we can load Joey's NFL simulator. Because I'll let Joey choose between. I'm guessing he's going to choose NFL simulator. We'll get the NBA picks at the end for because I'm guessing he'd rather discuss that, and that's cool. I'm cool with that. So yeah, let's load because we got William up to week 11 before you got called in, so that's good. So my plan for this week was NFL draft, NBA Draft Simulator top 10, and NHL Draft Simulator top 10, and then weeks 8 through 14. So we'd have all the non-bye weeks for next week, all the non-bye weeks for next week, and then we do like a Memorial Day mock draft or something. I don't know, a 2027 NFL mock pre-early. Look at maybe just the top 18 picks in our mocks. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, William and I both took the. You want the NFL simulator up first. You'd rather do that than the NBA at the moment.
Yes.
Just double checking, Joey.
Yes.
We'll get Joey's picks for the NBA draft at the end of the show. All right, but You know, he's had a rough week, so he's alive. We're happy he's alive, so we're going to make him happy. And we'll load his schedule. So this is Joey's simulator through 7 weeks here. There's obviously going to be some drama involved. How are we going to start? Is Bryce Young going to remain winless?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
If in this scenario, does Kenny Pickett start in Week 8 if the Panthers are 0-6? Do they just give up on Bryce Young and on Thursday Night Football, and it's just an absolute disaster here?
I can see it either way because Bryce Young was the number 1 overall pick, so I don't think they're going to give up in year 3, but it is a distinct possibility at this point.
Yeah, that's
when
what I'm saying.
When you're 0-7, your coach is looking to save his job.
This is probably the game where Bryce Young gets benched if he's not benched. So Kenny Pickett's probably the starter in Week 9 at this point. You're 0-7. I took the Ravens over the Bills. William took the Bills. It is it's a big game though for both teams.
I'll take the Bills. I think the young coach is still. I wasn't a fan of the hire, but at the same time, I think he's going to be feeling out for a good while this year.
Yeah, I think this year Jesse Minter's just going to try to build the chemistry up, and then next year the Ravens are going to go all in because they've got a ton of 2028 UFAs. Lamar Jackson, Ronnie Stanley, Roger Rosengarten, Zay Flowers, Marlon Humphrey, Roquan Smith, Justin Madubuike, Nate Wiggins if he doesn't get a fifth-year tender. The Ravens are going to go all in next season, Joey. They're not going to go all in this season. They're going to try to build up the chemistry with this coaching staff this year, even if it means winning 10 or 11 games and missing the playoffs or going 9-8, and then next year they're going to go all in. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting with the Ravens. We both took Burrow over the Titans.
Yeah, I'm going Cincinnati too.
Cardinals, Cowboys. I took
Dallas.
the Cowboys. I took the Cowboys. William took the Cardinals. Lions, Vikings in Detroit.
Detroit. Raiders.
The Raiders. Yep. Nope. We don't have any confidence in the Jets. I mean, we both took the Steelers over the Browns. It's in Pittsburgh, but to be fair, the simulator only had the Browns losing by 6.
I'll go Cleveland here because even though Aaron Rodgers is going to be back, they still got way too many question marks.
And I just don't trust the Steelers at left tackle without Broderick Jones. I don't.
I really don't trust Mike McCarthy. But I think that's the linchpin for me is that I do not trust Mike McCarthy to do much of anything.
Yeah. Baker,
I think
again.
Yep.
Stefanski versus
Tampa.
Jags.
Jacksonville. Wonder if Indianapolis is going to remember sometime this year that they have a running game.
Chargers and the Rams in L.A.
I'm going Chargers.
Yeah, it's the urgency to win is just higher. Chiefs and Broncos in Denver. I think Broncos probably win this game. I think William and I both took the Broncos.
Yeah, I'll go with the Broncos. I think everybody will be healthy by then.
The Patriots versus the Dolphins.
Oh, good. I'll go New England.
Eagles and Commanders.
I'll go Philadelphia.
Eagles win out of desperation to try to save their season, and then the Bears play the Seahawks in Seattle.
I'll go Seattle. I think Seattle's going to have a better running game. I think they control the pace.
Yep, and here we go. Here we have Joey standings through 8 weeks. The Bills still at 1. The Browns moved at 2. The Buccaneers now have the 1 seed in the NFC, but it's still early. There's still a lot of football, still another half of football to be played. So if your team's on the outside of the playoff picture, don't panic. You just expect a lot of suspense.
Yeah, and I think, and I want to emphasize, over the years we've debated whether the AFC North is the toughest division in football. I think this shows right here that the AFC North has taken a huge step back. So I think that is the emphasis here with Bengals and Browns being the top two teams, is the step back that the Ravens and Steelers have taken. So, and there are three new head coaches in the AFC North.
Yep.
And the one that should have been fired, well, the second one that should have been fired is the only one that was left, and that's Taylor in Cincinnati.
Yep. Well, Jags and the Ravens. You're taking the Ravens?
I'm going to go with Jacksonville
Or
with an upset.
so the Jags pulled the upset to get back to 500, just to make things a little bit more interesting. The Bengals. This is in London, by the way. This is in Madrid, actually. Bengals Falcons is in Madrid, Spain.
I'll take Atlanta in the upset.
They like to ride.
I'll take Atlanta.
All right. I think I took Atlanta as the home team. I usually take home teams or team that's closer in terms of proximity. Atlanta's closer to Madrid than Cincinnati, I believe. Cowboys and Colts in Indy. William took the Colts. You got the Cowboys.
I'll take Indianapolis in this one. They got to remember they have a running back at some point.
Yeah. The Chiefs play the Jets. It's in Arrowhead. As much as Woody Johnson just can't do anything.
No, it's Kansas City.
The Dolphins host the Lions. Is this
I'm going to go a little strange here. I'm going to go with Miami on the backs of their defense.
Yeah, they're due for that first win. Browns and Saints. I took the Saints. William took the Browns. This is where things get very interesting. Because
I'm going to go with New Orleans.
I think the league needs that challenger to Tampa Bay in the South. Whereas if the Browns win this game, you'll have two teams beginning to run away with their divisions in Cleveland and Tampa. And the league can't have that from a financial standpoint and a rating standpoint. The league cannot have two teams running away with their divisions at week 9. You got to have that drama. You just do.
I'm going to go with Philadelphia in this one. At this point, I think the guys that like to run their heads through a wall are actually going to be out injured again. Maybe eating crayons, but I'm not so sure. But
the Rams and Commanders. It's in Washington.
I'm going with the Rams.
So the Rams are now 6-3. The Broncos play the Panthers.
I'm going with
probably Kenny Pickett.
I'm going with Carolina. They're going to switch it up with Kenny Pickett, and they'll.
It's going to be Bo Nix. It's going to be hilarious.
Yeah.
So Bo Nix loses to Kenny Pickett. Yeah, I don't know why, but it's Joey's simulator. You got to respect it. Texans, Chargers. They're both 3-4. I took the Chargers here. You might take the Texans. You don't trust the Chargers.
It always encourages me when rookie quarterbacks struggle in their first year, because those guys traditionally who have a perfect rookie year, like CJ Stroud, they always come tumbling back to earth because they aren't learning anything their rookie year.
Expectations get higher, whereas if you have a bad rookie year, you don't really have any expectations. You just have to improve in year 2, and then that build gives you more confidence.
Yeah, because they're not learning anything that rookie year because they're balling, and they always come back down to earth. That's why I'm encouraged about last year's quarterback class, because almost all of them struggled. So I'm going to go with Chargers. I think Stroud is going to – I think he's going to start to come back up, but I think he's going to struggle a little bit this year.
Yeah. The Chargers, the Niners, and the Raiders, it's in
Something I've been hearing is that Clint Kubiak has been doing masterful things in that quarterback room with the Raiders. So at this point, I'm going to say rookie starting. He is one of 2 rookies I've heard that is absolutely dominating. Mendoza, the other one being Denzel Boston with Cleveland. So I'm going to say Mendoza at this point is going to start, and it's going to give it's going to give the Raiders a boost, a jolt.
Yep. And then Tom Brady's calling the Patriot-Packers game. First game as an announcer at Gillette Stadium.
I'm going to go with Green Bay.
I do not like that score, 33-19. The Patriots are still wild card 1, so I can't really complain at this point. And Joey did give New England a Week 1 win over Seattle, so this Green Bay loss kind of evens that out. Cardinals, the Seahawks, and Seattle.
I'm going to go with the Cardinals.
All right. And then the Buccaneers, Bears. I have a feeling as much as Joey wants to pick Baker, I think he's going to go with the Bears here.
Yeah,
just to even things out a little bit. Add more drama, and you even things out. So, but yeah, that's week 9. So we got the Chiefs move back into number 2. The Browns fall from 2 to 3. The Jaguars jump the Titans during their bye week to get the AFC South. But I've got an 8-9 team winning the AFC South. It sounds like Joey's going to have either a 9-8 or 8-9 team winning that division as well. Too early to say, but just based on...
I don't think that far ahead when I make these. I just do week to week. So I don't know that I have winning.
Yeah, Broncos are 6, Bengals are 5-3. They are the wild card. They're the last wild card now. And then the Bears at 7-2. They're tied with the Packers, but they're 5th, and the Lions and Giants are 6-7. All right. I believe this is week 10, and I believe this was the week I'm looking to see. William and I got up to week 11, so we'll do weeks 12, 13, 14 together as a team. But right now, weeks 10, 11 still got the floor. It's Thursday night. Commanders, Giants. Who do you like? Washington wins and creates more drama. I like the upset. William and I both took the Giants. Patriots, Lions. It's in Germany. It is. I took the Lions. It's in Germany.
I think this is going to be a close game. But I'm going to go with
William.
What?
You could also go with a tie. William went with a tie for Cowboys Cardinals. So if you push this tie button, the game ends in a tie.
Nah, I'll go with New England.
I don't do ties. I don't do ties either, Joey.
Yeah.
I'll
go with New England.
Fair enough. 24-17. That's a realistic score.
KC. Just KC.
Yeah, KC.
I'll go
Browns and Texans.
I'll go with Cleveland because I think at this point the Browns defensive backfield is going to round up pretty well, and I think Houston.
I still think they've got a glaring weakness at nickel corner, but at the same token, I just think that their defense is good enough to limit the Texans.
Yeah,
despite that,
the Houston wide receiving room outside of 1 or 2 guys. Outside of that, I'm not too high.
I like Nico Collins. Jaden Higgins had a promising rookie season. Showed he could be the number 2 guy, but Tank Dell, if Tank Dell is cleared to come back, it does sound like Tank Dell is on pace to return for this season, but
he had a pretty nasty injury though, so I'm not going to put a lot of money on him right now. Now, if he does come back by week 10, maybe
that could change.
Yeah, maybe.
But at this point, I agree with this score. But if Dell comes back and deals, this game could tilt to Houston's favor. But right now, I would still take the Browns as well. William did take the Texans, Vikings, Packers, and Green Bay.
I'm going to go with Minnesota in an upset.
William and I both. I think we both took the Titans to beat the Jaguars.
Yeah, because I was going to take the
in
Titans
Tennessee.
as well.
14-15 by a point. So the Titans hold on to the AFC South by a point.
I'll go
The
Colts.
Colts play the Dolphins, and the Dolphins fall to 1-8.
New Orleans.
I think we both took the Saints. Bills
Buffalo.
shouldn't even have to.
I'm going.
Seahawks and Raiders.
I'll go with the Raiders. I'm going to give them a little win streak here.
The Raiders continue their momentum. Okay, so Niners and Seahawks are both 500 now.
Rams.
Do the Cardinals get another upset?
Nope.
Rams, no. Rams win. Okay.
49ers.
49ers and Cowboys in Dallas.
49ers get in there. They get a win.
Yep, 29-23. This is an overtime score. So, yeah. Jerry Jones loses in overtime.
I'm going to go Cincinnati here.
I agree. Cincinnati. William and I both took, and then I think I took the Chargers to upset the Ravens initially, but then I pivoted the Ravens. So
yeah, I'm going Baltimore.
Yep. So here's what we've got through 10 weeks. The Bills are still first. The Titans reclaim first from the Jag. Patriots are fifth. Bengals move into sixth. Bears now have the 1 seed thanks to their Monday night win over Tampa. Tampa drops to 2. The Rams are third. The Cowboys lead the NFC East. The Packers are fifth. The Saints are the wild card 2, playing the Rams, and then the Lions get the Buccaneers, and then we get Week 11. This is the last week before you're all caught up with William.
Yeah, we're going to go with
We will get Joey's Houston.
Buffalo. Chicago. Dallas.
Buccaneers, the Lions. It's in Detroit.
We're going to go with
I agree. I got Tampa as well.
Kansas City. Jacksonville.
In this game, Jacksonville's the Jaguars and Giants are both 5-5.
Carolina.
Ravens are Panthers. So Kenny Pickett beats the Ravens in overtime, according to 31-25. Pickett beats the Ravens in overtime.
The Jets pull the upset.
The Jets upset. So the Chargers charger against the Jets.
Denver.
Woody Johnson celebrates like an old man that just won the lottery.
We're going to throw Denver in there for a win.
And then we've got the Eagles and
We're going
Steelers.
to give Pittsburgh a win here.
It's a pity win. This is a pity win. Joey,
Aaron Rodgers.
he's giving the Steelers.
Aaron Rodgers, despite his weirdness, is still a stubborn old man. He ain't going to go down without a fight.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's true.
San Francisco.
The Niners win.
Bengals.
And then Williams Niners get back at the Bengals. So Burrow gets his revenge on Jane Daniels. So here's what's happened through. We're now caught up, but the big change is the Bengals have just jumped the Browns for the division. The Browns, though, are ahead of New England now as a result of this, and the Broncos are 7th. And then nothing's changed in the top 5, but the Niners and Saints Niners jump the Saints for number 6, and the Saints move back to 7. But nobody's really out of it yet, okay? Like, looking at, all right, there might be 1 or 2 teams that are out of it. I think let's see. The Dolphins, nope, the Dolphins are 1-9. If the Patriots lose out, the Browns lose out, Dolphins win out, they can still get in. The Dolphins have not been mathematically eliminated yet. The key word is yet, though. All right. We're going to get to Week 12 here. We're finally caught up. Joey, William, we can discuss these games, both of you guys. So let me just load the Week 12 schedule. This is Week 12's Thanksgiving Eve, so this is the perfect time for us to be caught up. So Thanksgiving Eve is the first game in Week 12. And this is a 16. This is the only 16-week, because weeks 13 and 14, I believe, are bye weeks. Let me look at the NFL bye weeks on my phone. So weeks 5 through 14 will have bye weeks, and then week 12 will be the only week in this period where all 16 teams play. So I do. I can show you guys what I have on my simulator. I can also keep Joey's simulator as well as Williams updated. But yeah, here we got 5-5 versus 4-6 in Williams simulator. You've got both teams at 7-3, so I will keep Joey's simulator up at the moment. If we have an exciting game in Williams simulator, I will screen share his simulator. But now that we're all caught up, I do have the Rams winning this game. It's a Wednesday night game. It's the first Thanksgiving Eve game in NFL history, and I've got the Rams winning it.
Yeah, at home. Agreed.
So I've got the Rams winning. So does Williams. So that drops the Packers to 5-6, and the Rams are now 5-6 in his situation too. But the Eagles at 5-5 are the last wild card in Williams simulator. So the Rams at gaining a game gets them back, essentially back in the race for one of those last wild cards. But it looks like Seattle and Chicago have those top two spots locked up in Williams, and Joey's, it's a little bit different. And this is a hard game to call because Packers need this to stay in the division race. And yeah, I took the Bears to beat the Lions on Thanksgiving. Ben Johnson's 0-2 versus Dan Campbell. I think he's going to ruin Dan Campbell's Thanksgiving. But Thanksgiving Eve, what are you thinking, Joey? It's Thanksgiving Eve. You got the Packers, you got the Lions, or the Rams and the Packers.
I'll take the Rams and the Lions.
All right, so I'm taking the Rams on, and then the Lions play the first game on Thanksgiving. So Joey's going to have the Lions winning to make things a little bit more interesting. I've got the so that's going to make things a little bit more interesting because with the Rams winning and the Bears losing, the Rams jump up to 2, and the Bucs still have that. Bucs have the 1 seed tentatively. I took the Eagles to sweep the Cowboys, and thanks. I have the Eagles going. So I've got the Bears and Eagles both winning on the road on Thanksgiving. It's going to be a very grumpy Thanksgiving for home teams, and then Josh Allen's going to beat Mahomes, and that's going to be, that's so. I think there's got to be at least. We'll see, but what are you thinking, Joey, between the Eagle? Well, William, who do you got? Bears, Lions. You want the Bears as well, or do you want the Lions?
Give me the Bears.
All right, so the Bears and Lions are tied for the division at 7-4, and you've got the Bears. The Bears now lead that division via the tiebreaker. And I'm guessing you've got the Eagles over the Cowboys as well.
Yes.
Yeah, actually.
Both of you have the Eagles over the Cowboys, just like me. So this is going to be interesting now because the Cowboys still lead that division, but they haven't had their bye week yet. I took the Bills over the Chiefs on Thanksgiving, but this is a big game in Joey's simulator. This is a big game, 8-2 versus 8-1.
I'm going Bills.
I will update your simulator right now.
Mahomes and Allen are going to go at it, though.
Yep. But Mahomes and the Bills are 10-1. The Patriots now have to win to stay in that race. But, we'll see what happens. All
right. Man. I'll go Kansas City in this one.
All right, so Joey's got the Chiefs pulling the upset. The Bills fall to 8-2. The Chiefs improve to 9-2. And once again, Josh Allen is playing catch-up to Patrick Mahomes entering December. So, yeah. The Broncos play the Steelers in Pittsburgh. I believe I took the Steelers. Let me look at this. Let me look at the. Yeah, I took the Steelers.
I totally have a question. What records do I have on each team?
8-2 for Denver and 6-4 for Pittsburgh.
You mean Denver?
It's in Pittsburgh though, and it's the Black Friday game.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Black Friday game.
Yeah, so give me the Broncos.
That means something.
I'll take it.
So the Broncos ruined my mom's Black Friday. The Broncos are going to ruin my mom's because she does not like the Black Friday games because she plays cards with her friends on Fridays. So in addition to the Steeler game being on a Black Friday, she's going to have to cancel her cards plans, and she's going to have to watch the Broncos beat the Steelers.
Well, I mean,
Yep.
we've all seen our teams win at
We have.
times or lose at times that felt bad. So
Yeah.
I'll go with
Are you gonna
Steelers.
Yep. Steelers win by a field goal. My mom enjoys her Black Friday and Joey's scenario. Now we get to the Sunday games. So we got the 7-3 Bengals and the 6-4 Saints. I took the Bengals here,
Bengals.
and I'm guessing you want the Browns over the Raiders too, right? I'm talking to Joey, but I'll get to you in a second, William. But yeah, you both have the Bengals.
Oh, I thought you were talking to William. Yeah, the Browns over the Raiders.
It's in Cleveland, so yeah. William, you got the Raiders or you got the Browns?
Raiders.
The Raiders. Okay,
Yeah.
so does Cousins get the start, or does the Doza get his first career win versus Cleveland?
No, I don't believe Doze is going to start at all. So, this year,
There we go.
I think Brady's going to bring him along slowly, like he's been very outspoken about. Mendoza needs that development. It's going to be at least 1 year, and they might sign
I'm going to
Cousins for
screen
another
share
year.
Williams' picks now because he has the Giants and Colts both with winning records. That's what I try to do. Like whenever whenever William or Joey, whenever one of them has two teams with winning records, I try to pivot to that screen as soon as, And I think that's fair, Joey.
That's a tough game to.
We'll go back to Joey's screen in a little bit. We'll still have him post his picks, but it's like, we haven't posted Williams' screen in a while, and he has the Giants and Colts with winning records. So 8-2, 7-4. So
this is actually the toughest game that I've picked so far today.
Yeah.
Actually, so far this cycle. Oh, man.
But it's the Daniel Jones revenge game. I think that makes it
That's what I'm saying.
Division.
And
I think I took
and
the Colts.
they're at home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to take the Colts, man. Well, I don't have to. It's going to be a good game, though, because, Jackson Dart.
I took the Giants to upset the Colts. I tock Jackson Dart to go into Indy and beat the Colts because remember the last time these two teams played, Drew Lock screwed the Giants out of the number 1 pick. Daniel Jones was injured, I believe. I think he was cut from the Giants at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And the Colts were starting Anthony Richardson or they were starting Flacco. I don't remember, but regardless, it's a very moot detail in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough game, and Dart. He can go toe to toe with anyone. I mean,
sounds like you're going to take the Colts though. Just to make things more interesting.
For sure, but it's going to be a shootout. what happened at LSU and Ole Miss, Dart versus Jaden Daniels, and they just went at it, man. That was a great game.
All right, Joey, who do you like in this Colts-Giants game?
I'll take the Giants. I think they got the better quarterback. If their running back hasn't eaten lemon flavored crayons yet, I think they got the better running back. I only say that because I don't think Indianapolis is going to run Jonathan Taylor. I mean, he was on a record-setting pace last year, and then they forgot he existed. So
he was player of the game 8 times last year. There's a reason I sold him to get the number 1 pick in the draft. He's in a contract year. He's 27, and they're prioritizing other guys like DeForest Buckner and Quentin Nelson over Jonathan Taylor, when they probably could get 1 or 2 more years of Taylor. But if they just want to do running back by committee, this is probably the best time to let him walk after this year. But yeah, I think I took the Giants as well. And no, Jackson Dart introducing the president at a rally last night is not the kiss of death for Jackson Dart, just FYI. But we got Dolphins-Jets, a game that's going to have very significant NFL draft implications on the line.
Scadaboo sharing his crayons.
It's better than Camp Scadaboo and his crayons. I love it. Giants and Dolphins in Miami.
Jets.
So Joey's taking the Jets to win and sweep the Dolphins, which means the Dolphins are pretty much firmly secured in that number 1 pick. I've also got the Dolphins at 1 in my mock draft. But William, who are you taking in this? It's in Miami.
Man. Gotta take Miami.
All right. And then this will probably be Penix versus McCarthy if both teams are 2-8 at this point in the season. Both QBs will be playing for their jobs at this point, because I think at this point both teams will be firmly out of the playoff race. Penix will be back from his season-ending injury. It was week 12, I think, of last year when Penix suffered the season-ending injury, so he should be cleared for this game. Vikings.
I gotta take the Vikings.
All right, so William's taking the Vikings. Interesting.
I didn't think I had him that far down. Because I still believe that Murray. I mean, he's going to be another, Darnold, another Danny Downs. Come and go out of Vikings. So somebody's going to offer him more money next year, and it's going to be deja vu all over again. But I didn't think I had them that low because they have a good supporting cast. Obviously at receiver they have really good, and but their running backs, obviously Aaron Jones is old, and Jordan Mason is kind of an ordinary back. Claiborne is coming on, but he's more of the A-chan. He's a cheeseburger away from 200 pounds, and so I like Kyler Murray with the Vikings. I really didn't think I had him that far down, but yeah.
What are you leaning towards, Joey? Falcons or Vikings in Minnesota? I think we both took
Minnesota. Yeah, I'm leaning toward Minnesota. I don't think Kyler Murray's a great quarterback. I am confident that Kyler Murray is a dynamic quarterback. He's going to make some plays, and I don't think Atlanta is a team that's going to really be able to stop him.
I took the Texans to beat the Ravens in an upset for this week. It's Texans-Ravens, I believe. That's the next game on both of your simulators. It's the Ravens and Texans in Houston. I took the Texans to upset the Ravens.
Yeah, I'm taking the Ravens.
All right, so Joey's taking the Ravens to make the AFC North race interesting. And
what do I have for records on the teams?
All right, for records on the teams, you've got Ravens 6-3, and you've also got the Ravens at 8-3 and the Texans at 6-4. So the Texans essentially have to win this game to.
Give me
Texans winning keeps both divisions competitive.
Yeah.
In your scenario here, and then the next game, I think we're going to go back to Joey's simulator now because Titans play the Jaguars in Jacksonville. Both teams are 5-5 in Joey's simulator, and this just has a lot more on the line. A lot more on the line compared to Williams' simulator. We'll go back to Williams' simulator when there's an appealing game in his simulator, but this is what I do. I will pivot between Joey and Williams simulators. I've already gone through every week of the season. If you guys want to see my picks, I'll post them at the end, like what I have. But I don't think I need to go through. Maybe I'll post them after Thanksgiving, but yeah, after we get through week 12, I'll post mine really quickly so you can see my final results as well as who I picked for week 12. But yeah, Titans and Jags here.
I'm going with Jacksonville on this one. I think the Titans are still an incredibly young team. They're going to make a lot of strides this year, but I think they're still going to go through some growing pains, especially within the division. And I think the experience that Jacksonville has in these type of situations will trump the youth.
By the way, I took every home team in the AFC for Thanksgiving. Every single home team in the AFC I took.
Yeah, and I had the Titans winning last time, right?
So you've got the Titans getting to 5-6, jumping the Jags. The Jags fall to 3-8. You've got the Colts in first place. So Commanders and Cardinals in Arizona.
Carson Beck's going to be starting.
I've got the Cardinals starting 0-13, and then Carson Beck going 3-1 after the bye week. So
that makes sense.
But yeah, Williams got Carson Beck starting this game and beating the Commanders. All right, Joey, what are you thinking here?
I'm going to go with Washington. I just think Washington's a better team overall at this point.
Yeah, and the division race for the NFC East is a lot closer now versus beginning of the year. And then you got some big games here, Seahawks, Niners.
San Francisco.
And then we've got Patriots. William, I'm guessing you want San Francisco as well.
Yeah.
Since you picked Seattle earlier in the year.
Yep.
And then we've got Patriots, Chargers. I took the Chargers to beat the Patriots.
Yeah. This is going to be one of those. Go ahead, Joey.
I was just going to say I'm thinking the same.
We're all thinking the same here, so.
Yes.
But yeah, the Patriots dropped to 7-4. They still do have a wild card spot intact, and the Broncos are also 7-4. Ravens are 7-5. And then the Monday night game is Tampa Bay and Carolina. This might get flexed out of Monday night if it's 2-8 versus 8-2. I do have Baker winning though at the moment.
I've got Carolina with an upset.
Joey does as well.
Nope, I'm going Carolina with an upset.
Kenny Pickett with an upset. Yep. All right. So we've got the Rams, Buccaneers, and Bears all 8-3 jockeying for that 1 seed. The Chiefs overtake the Bills on Thanksgiving in Joey's simulation here. So we've got Chiefs, Bills, Bengals are 3. Jags move ahead of the Titans to 4, and the Browns, they get a rematch with the Jags in Jacksonville for the playoff game. Patriots play the Bengals, Broncos play the Bills, Bears would play Lions, Packers would play Buccaneers, Niners would play Cowboys. And then in Williams' scenario here, you're probably going with the Panthers or the Bucks.
Bucks.
All right, Buccaneers are now 8-3. So, looking at Williams' situation, I'm gonna pull up Williams' simulator here in a second. I'm gonna also pull up my simulator here. But we'll pull up my simulator and Williams, and then we'll get into week 13, and then we'll get Joey's picks in the NBA simulator and end the show. Because I want to save some. I mean, we probably could knock out the rest of the NFL season this week, but I do want to save those last 4 weeks for next Saturday, so we at least have something to build on besides, the MLB Draft Simulator, NBA, NHL Draft Simulators.
Well,
So we have that.
With that happening, the last 4 weeks of the season are going to be the most important for what happens in the playoffs, and I'm going to be putting some thought into that, man.
Yeah, exactly. We could do weeks 15 through 18 today and playoffs next week, but we'd have less to talk about.
Yeah.
I just think it's better if we balance it out.
Yeah.
And then we do the playoffs in the first week of June, and then we can focus on the NBA and NHL drafts the following weeks. Because I know, let me look at the June schedule here first. June 20th. June 26th and 27th is when the NHL draft is. So we'll have to have an NHL draft special on the 20th and NBA draft special on the 13th. That leaves June 6th as the only free day for a NFL playoff show. And luckily, we calculated this so that we are done with all the NFL content on Draft Utopia by June 13th. Now, there will still be NFL content on Under the Bleachers until June 10th, but, that's probably when the season finale for Under the Bleachers is going to be June 10th, because just logistically, there might be a June 17th show, but I know we're going to have a show on the 27th, and there's probably like 1 or 2 things after the guest William brings on Marshall. There's like maybe 1 or 2 shows left, and then William's probably just going to start grinding out for 27 after June 10th, and then I'm probably going to... My season finale for season 15 is July 12th, Andrew Ransom's birthday. So this was the first season of Draft Utopia in 15 years where we had a stream on my birthday, my mom's birthday, and my brother's birthday, all in this calendar year. That's nuts.
You know when my birthday is?
June 6th. Yeah. And I believe that is in 2 weeks from today when we break down the NFL playoffs. So add Williams' birthday to that equation as well. Crazy how these stars are aligning with the birthdays of 2020.
I got a thing with numbers, man. Like, numbers are crazy in my life. It happens, like, all the time. Like, with things like that. I was born on D-Day, my sister was born on Pearl Harbor.
What is this in the chat room here? Do we have something in the chat room
here?
My
mom.
No, we're not ignoring our audience, guys. What's going on with this? We got something in the chat room. I'm pulling up AI viewers stream boo. I was hoping for an intelligent question like the intelligent questions Rod and I got during the WHL draft conversation about international players. I was hoping for an intelligent comment, but yes, this is my simulator here through week 12, so I've got the Bears, Eagles winning on Thanksgiving. Those are the only road teams I have winning. And then I've got the Commanders beating the Cardinals. And then I've got the Colts losing to the Giants. And I've got home teams. It is a Daniel Jones revenge game, so it's possible that the Colts beat the Giants. But yeah, these are my current projected records. These are the records I will be using in next week's Memorial Day mock draft. So you're going to get a top 5 for the MLB Draft Simulator. You're also going to get a top 15 for the NHL and NBA Draft Simulators, and then you're going to get a top 16 for the NHL, and you're going to get a top 14 or 15 for the NBA, depending on how Joey feels for the lottery teams, and then you'll get weeks 14. Then you'll get weeks 15 through 18, and after that, before we jump into the playoffs for on Williams' birthday, I might add, before we jump into the NFL playoff matchups on Williams' birthday, I will present you guys with a special 2027 Memorial Day mock draft. No draft simulators, just me brainstorming my initial thoughts on my initial 2027 mock draft. So you'll get a 2027 NFL mock draft at the end of next week's show. But yeah, this is I do have the Commanders at 9-8. I've got the Lions at 9-8 as well. Williams Niners get in over the Commanders and the Lions, who both finished 9-8. The Broncos go 10-7, but they lose out to the Browns. The Ravens go 9-8. The Titans collapse in spectacular fashion, and the Texans win the division at 8-9. That's why I'm genuinely curious if we have an 8-9 team win the AFC South in Joey's simulator, because it looked like that could happen for a while. Now I'm going to get to Williams' simulator here, because I want to see what the playoff matchups look like. He's been pretty patient, so, you know. Okay, it says Joey joined us. So did Joey disconnect? All right, let me turn Joey's camera back on. I don't know why it disconnected for a second there.
Yeah, I don't know. It just went black, so I figured something happened on the restream side of it. I was just waiting for it to come back on.
All right. And then William, through 12 weeks, here are the matchups. Buffalo is the 1 seed at 10-1. The Broncos are 9-2. The Ravens are 8-4. The Colts are 8-4. The Patriots are 9-2. The Chiefs are 7-4. And the Chargers, with the upset win over New England, all of a sudden the Chargers jumped the Texans for the last wild card. Yep. And then in the NFC, your Niners are still number 1. They've got a 2-game lead over the Giants and the Buccaneers. The Bears are 7-4. The Seahawks are 7-4. The Lions are 7-4. And the Eagles own that last wild card at 6-5. But we're on to week 13, guys. All right, 2 more weeks left, and then we can get Joey's thoughts on the NBA Draft Simulator to close out the show for this week. Yeah, we did have a thumbnail of the 2 players Joey was debating picking at 5, but instead of getting that at the beginning of the show, you're getting that at the end because Joey could have just chose to rest today. He took the time to invest in us, so we rewarded him by letting him talk about the NFL first. So you want Joey's thoughts on who...
A truck could never take him out. I mean, he might be a little bit sore, but he's a big dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's like the Thing in the Fantastic Four. Just all rock in the back. All rock. All rock.
He's
all
like
right, so the Thursday
that truck.
Yeah. The Thursday night game is Chiefs at Rams, with the Rams getting 8 days of rest for playing on Thanksgiving Eve. So that is the Thursday night game. I do have the Rams winning that. Let's load up Joey's simulator here because he does have the Rams and Chiefs both with winning records 9-2 versus 8-3. Let's load up his simulator. Not saying we won't get back to your simulator, but you do have both those teams with... I think you've got the Chiefs as a wild card, and you've got the Rams at 5 and 6. So we'll start with Joey's simulator here. It's week 13. All right, 2 more weeks of this drama.
Drama for you, mama.
I do have the Browns winning this game, but losing to Cincinnati down the stretch. But yeah, I've got the Rams beating the Chiefs. Joey, do you also have the Rams beating the Chiefs? It's a 1 seed versus 1 seed. Both the Chiefs and Rams enter this game as the presumptive 1 seeds. So it's a big game. Very big implications on the line. Think it over. I'm going to get a drink.
You there, Joey? I'm not sure where Joey went, guys, but I'll...
Yeah, it came back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's in and out.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I think this is one of those ones, you know, it's gonna be the Rams, you know. I mean, I don't have that much faith in the team.
Everybody, I think all of us are picking the Rams to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I as well. Kansas City is going to be
All right.
all right. Obviously, 9-2 will be 9-3, but at the same time, they're bound to stumble a little at some point. They're getting older.
Yeah. So the Rams are now 6-6 in Williams Simulator, and the Chiefs, with the loss to the Rams, they fall out of the top 7. So the Chiefs go from having the last wild card to dropping out of, but that's tentatively. It's not permanent. That's tentatively at the moment.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna go to Williams Simulator now because he's got the Niners at 10-1, the Giants at 8-3.
Oh man,
I think the Giants have to win that game to make this number 1 seed race more competitive.
this is where.
As much as you want your Niners to win, Williams.
Yeah, they're not. They're not going to win this one. This is about they're definitely due for a loss. I didn't even realize I kind of had them at 10-1. Well, lost to the Seahawks, but like I said, man, the Giants are they're hungry, man, and who knows how many injuries the Niners are going to have by then.
Yep, I took the Giants. Williams got the Niners losing to the Giants. So the Giants are 9-3, and the Niners are 10-2. And now the Giants, if the Niners slip up again and the Giants win out, the Giants can steal that number 1 seed and get a bye.
One thing I just read on the Giants is they're kind of not sure. This comes from Adam Schefter and hearing things about Malik Neighbors and that knee of his. Sitting there thinking about that, and Malachi Fields. He's gonna get his chance as a rookie. It looks like, because there's not much else on that team.
Fields is 4th on the depth chart, but here's the thing, William. He's better than Darnell Mooney, in my opinion, and I think you could argue he's better than Darius Slayton, too.
And that's what I'm saying. Mooney, it was all potential, and he turned out to be, really mid. And
Mooney had 2 really good years with the Bears, but once he got to the 3rd year of his rookie deal, it started to slowly go downhill.
He got bounced around a couple teams, and it's just not going to happen. I mean, Fields is too good. He was the best ball tracker in the draft, and not to mention he's 6'4". He's a big dude, and very underrated, man.
Joey, who are you leaning towards in this Niners Giants game? I'm looking at your simulator here, Joey. You've got the Niners at 7-4 and the Giants at 6-5.
I'm actually looking toward the Giants in this one.
Interesting, because now the Niners and Giants are both wild cards, but the Niners drop from 6 to 7, and the Giants move into the 6th slot. The Lions play the Falcons in Atlanta. Does Kevin Stefanski hand Dan Campbell an early L on Black Friday week? Holiday season approaching.
What do I have for records on them?
You've got 7-4 for Detroit, 2-9 for Atlanta. Joey has 6-5 for Detroit, 3-8 for Atlanta.
Give me that. Give me the upset, the spoiler.
I also have the Falcons upsetting the Lions too.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen. This is that time of year that's going to happen. It can happen to a few different teams.
I accidentally clicked on Atlanta for Joey's simulator. If you want me to change it to Detroit, I can.
No, it'd be a nice surprise upset. So I'll be fine with it.
All right, so the Lions now 6-6. Jaguars at 6-5 play the Bears at 8-3. It's a game that has very significant implications. Both teams sort of need this win to hold on to their divisions.
I'm going to take the Jags here. Actually, no. No, don't do that. Can you change it?
I didn't mark a winner down in your simulation.
Okay.
You've got the Bears at 7-4 and the Jags at 3-8.
Yeah, give me the Bears.
The Bears go to 8-4, and they continue to build that lead in the NFC North. What are you thinking there, Joey?
I'm thinking Chicago.
Yeah, we all got the Bears beating the Jags. And the Jags dropped to 6-6, so good possibility that your AFC South champion's either going to be 8-9 or 9-8, like my AFC South champion. But regardless, next Bengals. I think I did pick the Browns to upset the Bengals. I'm just going to quickly look at what I did for Week 13. Yeah, and the noise in the background, I grabbed an apple. Instead of cutting it in slices, I'm eating it just with my teeth because I feel like it. But yeah,
Barbarian.
I took the Browns, yeah. What were you going to say, William? I didn't mean to.
Oh, no, I just called you a barbarian.
Yeah, this is my Conan the Barbarian impression.
Oh, man. Cincy and
Codan's
Cleveland.
way more macho than I.
What do I have for records on Cincy and Cleveland?
Yeah, I'm going to zoom in on Joey's simulator. At the moment, the restream, do not even think about closing.
Yeah, because that just cut out for a minute
Right.
and I didn't hear what you said.
Good. So this is your simulator, actually, William. 6-5 Bengals, 3-8 Browns.
Oh, yeah, give me Cincy. They're going to be fighting for a playoff spot.
All right.
And the Browns are doing Browns things.
All right. And then so the Bengals, you've got the Bengals at
That'd be what, 7-5? Yeah, something like that. 7-5.
Bengals will improve to 7-5. You got it. And then we'll you'll get Joey's thoughts on the NBA simulator at the end. But yeah, we're just having a lot more fun talking about these NFL games, projecting what's going to happen. Did I accidentally clicked on my simulator, didn't I? That wasn't my intention. It just happened, though, right? I think I accidentally clicked on my own simulator. I meant to click on Joey I meant to click on Joey's simulator, guys. I fudged up. It happens sometimes. Sometimes you click on the wrong thing. And now the screen is going now the screen is just like I don't want to screen share multiple things. I just want to screen share we stop screen sharing and then we reload the screen, please. Give me Joey's screen here. Ray browser. There we go. 8-3 Bengals, 8-3 Browns. I think I picked the Browns and William took the Bengals. I do have the Browns getting in as the last wild card, but I do think the Browns win this game.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Browns in this game simply because they're at home. Home field advantage in Ohio is always big in this game.
Yeah.
So I think that's the deciding factor more than anything else.
And then we've got two teams fighting to try to get back in their divisions, Washington and Tennessee. I did take the Titans here, I believe.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Titans.
I'm just double. Yeah, I took the Titans at home. And then William also taking the Titans. So we're all
everybody
taking
takes the.
Yeah, perfect. It's not letting me click on the Bengals in William's simulator. William picked the Bengals to beat the Browns. The simulator is just being very bad. It's not letting me click on the Bengals. This is some Jimmy Haslam, Andrew Berry cyber terrorism here on Pro Football Network, because it's not letting me click on the Bengals to beat the Browns in Williams simulator. This is some.
Where are we at now?
Bengals. We're on Packers. We'll be on Packers Saints as soon as I click on the damn Bengals to beat the Browns in your simulator.
Damn.
The damn simulator is not letting me click on the Bengals.
Damn you, simulator.
Or maybe it's just all the bandwidth. I don't know. Joey's simulator's working fine. Yours is having a bigger malfunction than Janet Jackson during the Super Bowl 38 halftime show.
Oh man.
And by that I mean it's freezing and lagging constantly. There's no nudity in any simulators and any thoughts.
I like how they
visuals.
call that whatever accident, wardrobe malfunction, dude. Whatever happened, it didn't work, and Justin Timberlake literally reached over there and ripped it off.
Yeah, and then they gave him another Super Bowl halftime show in Super Bowl 52 when the Eagles beat the Patriots. He got another Super Bowl gig.
Well, I'm sure, because they got every time they get higher ratings, people doing stuff like that.
He didn't do the same thing. Okay, now the simulator on Williams is working. He's got the Bengals, and we got the Titans here.
Yep.
So the Titans go to 6-6 in Williams simulator, and they're also 6-6 in Joey's simulator. Packers, Saints, in New Orleans.
In New Orleans.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And Joey's got the Saints at 6-5 and the Packers at 7-4. So this is a big game in your simulator. This is a big game for both teams because the Saints steal this, all of a sudden they're in the wild card race.
Yeah, this is a Green Bay game.
I think I took Green Bay. I'm double checking though.
I'm taking Green Bay. I don't see the Saints in the wild card.
I have Green. Oh, I took New Orleans in the upset. Okay.
I like that. I just don't like them in the playoffs.
Tyler's show is going to steal a few games, but I have all four NFC South teams going 8-9.
Yeah.
All four NFC South teams I have going 8-9. It's pretty messed up.
Yeah.
So
that can that's
I have the Bucks at 11-6, and I've got the other three NFC South teams all at 8-9.
That division's been like that since it started, man.
Yeah, but if all four NFC South teams won 8 games, that would be a success compared to previous seasons.
It would be. That's actually pretty solid.
I'm not saying it's a good thing or that behavior should be encouraged.
Yeah.
So I took the Saints. Williams taking the Packers.
I'll take
what
the
are you thinking, Joey? Joey's taking the Packers as well. Packers, I'm updating it right now. So your Packers are 8-4. Justin Herbert goes to Tampa. I think I took the Bucks in this one because I am kind of torn on this game because I do think the Buccaneers could push for the NFC, but I also think the Chargers could have a. Yeah, I took the Bucks in home. It's in Tampa, but this would not be a game where I would not be shocked if the Chargers stole this game. This could honestly go either way. And I just, what are you thinking here for this game? It's Chargers, Bucks.
Chargers.
Williams taking the Chargers.
Yep.
Slow the Duck Duck Go simulator here. 7-4 versus 8-3. I think we should share Williams simulator because he's got the records he's got are better than the records in Joey's simulator. Like, it's more fairly balanced. He's winner though. I'm guessing he's going to take Baker like me, but you know. But yeah, Williams taking the Chargers, so we get an update on Williams simulator here. And the Chargers move into the top. Chargers move into the top 6 in Williams simulator.
Yep.
Joey, who you got? You got Baker over the Chargers, like me? Or are you going with the Chargers? Yeah, okay. We're all taking the Broncos over the Dolphins, right? This is not This is not that movie where the Dolphins drop 70 on Denver. This is not that movie. Like the actor in The Kingsman says, this is not that type of movie. I apply reference to the Dolphins every time they play the Broncos because the Broncos are just, they're not giving up 70 to the Dolphins again. It's just not happening.
Yeah.
And that's probably their worst loss in franchise history. That's like giving up 10 goals in an NHL game.
They lost pretty badly in a playoff game one time. All right,
Eagles, Cardinals.
Cardinals. Is my simulator on there?
Yeah, your simulator is on there. 6-5 versus 3-8-1.
Yeah, give me the upset in Arizona.
Arizona upsets the Eagles. And the Eagles are still the 7th seed at 6-6. So I think that says something as well.
Yeah, I think they're going to be right in there somewhere.
Joey, you taking the Eagles or the Cardinals? I've still got the Cardinals at 0-12. I'm losing the Eagles to drop to 0-13, and then I have Carson Beck going 3-1 after the bye week.
I'll take the Eagles.
Eagles close in on the NFC East division, 7-5, 6-6, and then Vikings, Panthers, and Minnesota.
Yeah, Vikings.
Okay. William, you said on last week's show after giving the Patriots a road win over the Bills that the Bills would beat the Patriots in New England again. Do you stand by that statement?
Yes, I do.
All right, so the Bills win 19-17, a defensive game to improve to 11-1, and the Patriots drop to 9-3. But I just got to get Joey's winner for these next two games: Panthers, Vikings, and then Bills, Patriots.
Panthers, Vikings. I'll go with the Panthers.
Panthers.
I'll go with the Bills.
So I've got home team splitting that series. Williams got road team splitting that series. Joey's going with the Bills sweep. All right. But here's where things get interesting. The Patriots are currently on the outside of the playoff picture on Joey's simulator. I think they'll get in because they still have the Dolphins and Jets, but that is a little bit concerning entering the final few weeks of the regular season. That is a little bit concerning if you're a Patriots fan. Sunday night game is Texans Steelers.
Texans. Give me that Stroud, baby.
I think I took the Steelers. I'm looking at. Yeah, I think I took the Steelers in the. Yeah, I took. I took the Steelers in the upset because it is a revenge game to a degree. But both teams are 4-7.
Yeah, I'll take the Texans.
Williams got the Texans tied with the Colts for the AFC South at 8-4, and Joey's taking the Texans to. Texans are now only a game back of the division. Titans are 6-6, Jags are 6-6, and the Monday night game is Seattle and Dallas in Seattle. I'm guessing Joey's going to take Seattle. They'll be 6-6. Cowboys will be 7-6, and that'll heat up the NFC East race. Because Seahawks winning heats up the wild card race. And the Cowboys still have that 7 seed for one more week. And then Williams scenario here, we've got the Seahawks. You're gonna pick the Seahawks over Dallas.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's just load. Let's load the simulators here. Let's see what we got. Let's load Joey's simulator and Williams simulator here. Let's see what we got here through. Always enjoyed looking at the playoff matchups you guys have. I think that's the most fun of this is and we'll see how close your matchups are to mine. I just do not like the fact the Patriots are on the outside of the playoff picture, but I think the Patriots, you look at the last 4 games, I am kind of curious. I'm looking at the Patriots' last four or 5 games. They're currently 7-5 in Joey's scenario here, and then you get the Vikings at home. You get the Chiefs in Arrowhead on Monday night. You get the Jets in New York. You get the Broncos in New England, and you get the Dolphins at home. So you get 3 of those final 5 games at home, and outside of the Chiefs game, these are all winnable games for New England. So they should find a way in, looking at the schedule, but I don't want to do too much foreshadowing here. I'm going to share Williams' screen, and then we're going to get to week number 14. Final week here. And then we look at Williams' playoff matchups here. Broncos are playing the Texans. Patriots are playing the Colts and Indy. Chargers are playing Ravens. We've got the 9-3 Giants versus the 6-6 Eagles. 8-4 Bucks. 8-4 Seahawks. And then 7-5 Lions versus 8-4 Bears. And then we get one more week, and then we get to Joey's picks for 5 through 10 on the NBA Draft Simulator, and then we'll call it a day. I'm surprised we got as much as we did before 1 p.m. I'm proud of you guys, but I'm also kind of surprised that we've knocked out as much as we have. It's not even 1 yet. But I think that's kind of good, because sometimes we do overdo it.
Yeah.
Thursday night game is Vikings Patriots. So, Patriots.
I'll go Patriots.
Patriots will probably get a win here. Not saying it'll hold up, but they'll get a win here. They'll get back in the playoff race to start the week. And then the Falcons play the Browns. Do we get a Kevin Stefanski revenge game here, or the Browns handle business against the Falcons?
Yeah, give me that. Give me Stefanski.
Yeah. I'll go with the Browns simply because I don't trust Atlanta's quarterback situation. I don't trust their coach.
Yeah,
Stefanski is more of a coach that is good when he has a lot of veterans around, and
fair.
Atlanta's a young team that is not. Well, Alex
Mhm.
Van Pelt is very good with those guys. Kevin Stefanski is not,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
I think that's going to hurt.
Titans and Lions. You have both teams at 6-6. It's in Detroit. I took the Lions.
Lions.
Yeah, I got Lions too.
So you've got the Lions at 8-5 now, and Joey's got the Lions at 7-6. All right, and then the Bears play the Dolphins in Miami.
Bears.
Bears, yep. And then we've got Broncos playing the Jets in New York. I took the Broncos up. Colts play the Eagles in Philly. This will be the game the Eagles win, probably, to get back into the thick of things.
Let's see. What record do I have on each?
You've got 8-4 for the Colts. Your simulator does not have the Browns in the top 7. Joey's has the Browns at 2, so that's if you won't try to figure out the confusion there. But yeah, you've got the Colts at 8-4 and the Eagles at 6-6.
The Eagles have to win this one, man.
I agree. And then the Texans play the Commanders. In Joey's simulator, both of those teams are 5-7. That's pretty much an elimination game for both teams.
Yeah. Man, I'll take Washington in the upset.
All right.
I hate to go against that defense, and but
Yeah, Washington. You've got Washington at like 4-9.
yeah.
The Giants at 9. I don't know, or the Giants. Yeah, well, I don't know if the Commanders have been mathematically eliminated yet. But at the same token, it's like I can't really blame you because no, they haven't, because Giant right now, the Lions and Seahawks are at 8 wins. The Eagles are still at 7. So the Commanders are still mathematically alive, so they get the upset.
Well, I'm gonna be down on the Redskins until Jaden Daniels learns to duck
Fair
and not
enough.
take those hits.
You taking the
Just to
Texans
duck.
or the Commanders?
It's like not until he learns to dodge. No, he just has to duck. So
No, it's just anything, man.
Is out there.
Get down. Just get down, man. Don't take those hits because he's not Cam Newton. Cam Newton was taking those hits. He lasted less than a decade.
Yeah.
And he got away with them by 40 pounds, man. And Cam Newton was getting the first down and getting the touchdown when he was taking those hits. Jaden Daniels was getting stopped dead in his tracks.
Fair enough.
Or they're just making a dividend feed.
Yeah, I was going to make a duck, duck, goose joke and yell goose whenever Jaden Daniels ducks a defender and gets a touchdown. But that felt very inappropriate.
What about duck hunt? He goes down, and then the dog picks him up.
Or maybe you make a joke version of Duck Hunt with Dan Snyder, and the dog laughs whenever you fail to shoot it.
Well, see, if Jaden Daniels ducks and gets out of it, then he wins, and then the dog laughs at you because
All right, Texans or Commanders, Joey?
oh, nothing like that.
I'm going to go with the
I like Cape
Commanders.
Cod.
Always going with the Commanders, even though having the Texans improve to 6-7 would create a lot more drama. But yeah, you got the Eagles at 7-6, Cowboys at 7-6. You're getting drama either way. Saints and Panthers in Carolina.
Who did I have on winning this first time?
You had the Saints winning in New Orleans. I think I had the home team splitting this series, but the Saints would sweep them last year.
Give me Carolina.
Let me update that. So you've got the Saints now at 6-7.
Mm-hmm.
Only a game back of the Eagles for that last wild card. So they could catch Philly. That's very possible. That Pack. What are you thinking, Joey? If you pick the Panthers, you get drama. But if you pick the Saints, all right.
I'm going to go with Baltimore and New Orleans. I know I did them in reverse order, but
I don't like the fact that the Patriots are out of this, but the AFC North's going to beat each other up in the final weeks of the season, you know? And the same can be said with the AFC West. Like, it's a good thing the Patriots play in the AFC East. Chargers and Raiders. You're not going to pick another Raider upset, are you? I think I took the Buccaneers. Let me see. What did I take? I took the Buccaneers to upset the Ravens. Okay. So, what are you thinking, William? Joey took the Ravens and I took the Buccaneers. It's in Baltimore.
What's the records on those?
8-4, 8-4. This is your simulator that's on the screen share because the Browns are not on the top of the screen.
Yeah. Give me Baker. I figure maybe Lamar might be injured by then.
Chargers and Raiders. I took the Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers.
So the Chargers improved to 9-4. You got the Chargers too, Joey, or are you leaning Raiders?
I'm going to go with the Raiders in this one.
Interesting. So the Chargers are 5-8. Bengals versus Chiefs in Cincinnati. I'm gonna screen share Joey's simulator now because he's got Chiefs at 9-3 and Bengals at 8-4. This is obviously a big game. I'm just curious what happens if we pick the Chiefs to win. Do the Patriots get that last wild card back, or do the Bengals still own the tiebreaker? I'm just curious. I will switch the Bengals if you want me to, Joey, but I was just curious. So
I'm going to run with the Chiefs.
All right.
I know Burrow has had pretty nice success against the Chiefs in his career, but at the same time, I'm not sure if Burrow is going to be there. So,
yeah. So Burrow and the Ravens play in Week 17. So Burrow plays the Ravens in Week 17. So that's a big game. Yeah. If you're the Patriots, you just need to keep winning games. You just need to keep stacking W's so that you're in position to jump either of those teams and get that playoff spot. Rams and Niners. You took the Bengals, right, William, or you take?
Yeah, I'm taking the Bengals.
Okay. And you got the Bengals winning, so the Bengals are now. No, don't reload. Oh, you didn't reload. You just loaded the Bengal logo. Don't tell me the frickin' simulator restarted Williams. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you, simulator. I can't reload it. freaking restarted Williams Simulator.
You.
So, sorry, William, it restarted your simulator.
Well, all right.
I wish I could do all 14 weeks of this, but it's like, tell you what, we can do your simulator on Under the Bleachers or something. If you want to go through this with Ron and myself on Under the Bleachers, we can do that, all right? Because I think that'll be easier. I think it'll be easier to just focus on one screen besides mine.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Go ahead. Yep.
All right. Fair compromise. I'm glad we worked that out. Because I didn't want to X out of Williams Simulator, but I also realized, kind of screwed when I accidentally clicked on the logo and zoomed in and restarted the simulator by accident. So
Yeah.
and it sucks because we made a lot of progress.
Yeah.
It really does suck. Rams and Niners. Joey, who you leaning here?
I'm gonna go with San Francisco.
Yeah, so that'll be the two. Yeah, we'll try to. I'm not sure if we'll simulate the entire NFL season or if we'll just make it like a 2-parter or a 3-parter for Under the Bleachers, but we'll figure out a way to get Williams, because, or I can rewatch this episode and figure out exactly where we were. We were at the Chiefs-Bengals game in Williams Simulator, but I think we'll figure it out.
I can look at it and get it picked out ahead of time. I have a pretty good idea of where I was. So.
Yeah, so that's all right. Cool.
At least where I was with the teams and the records. So yeah, we'll be good.
All right.
Actually, I'll say something about this. This is where the dogfight starts in the NFC West, and I'm just gonna go along and just play it.
Well, if the Seahawks beat the Giants at home, we get an NFC East and NFC West dogfight. 3-way.
I would take.
And then
I would take the Rams there.
Yeah.
And the next one, I would take the Giants. And go ahead, Joey.
But yeah, I know William would take the Giants. I think.
Yeah, I'm going to just finish what we're doing today by voice, and we'll figure the rest out later for commentary.
Yeah.
Commentary.
William's taking the Seahawks, and he's taking the Bills or the Packers. It's in Lambeau. It's December weather.
Oh, that's rough, man. But I still got
the Bills. Are used to that playing in that type of weather.
Yeah, I still got the Bills.
Yeah, I'd still go with the Bills myself, and I'll also go with Seahawks.
Yeah, so see, you got all this drama in the NFC West. Yeah, and the Packers.
That sounds about right.
The Monday night game is Steelers-Jags. Steelers-Jags is the Monday night game. So
I'll go with Jacksonville.
I've got the Jags winning this game as well.
Yeah.
So looking at the division race here, Bills are 10-2. Browns are. Every NFL team should have at least 13 games played. We must have skipped a Bills game.
Huh.
It's interesting with how many wins that I've got for these top teams.
I'm just trying to figure out what game do we leave a blank on for the Bills? That's what I'm trying to figure out right now, because every team should be at exactly 13 games played. The Bills are only at... You see this, Joey? Every other team outside of the Bills, I think, is at 13 games played. Unless there's another team outside the Bills with only 12 games played. Am I wrong? Are the Bills the only team with 12 games played? Everyone else has 13. Let's see, because there should be
The
another
Bills
team
have
with only
a.
12.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think the Bills have a late bye.
Every team has a bye week in between weeks 5 and 14 this year. Bills have an early bye, actually, I believe. The Bills have a week 7 bye week, so who else has 12 games played? I think Vikings. The Bills played the Vikings on Monday Night Football. That must be unclicked. Joey, because I see Vikings at 3-9 on the screen. That game, yep, I was correct. My intuition was correct. So the Bills are 11-2 now. The Bills are 11-2. Chiefs are 10-3. The Browns are 10-3. The Patriots are 8-5, but they are trailing the Bengals and Ravens in the wild card race. But that's going to work itself out because the Browns still have to go to Baltimore, I think. Just looking at these last 4 weeks, we're not picking any more games. Yeah, Browns play the Ravens in Baltimore. The Ravens play the Bengals in Cincinnati. So Patriots, as long as they don't lose any games, they might be able to lose to the Chiefs in Week 15 and still get in, but they'd have to win out from that point. And, it's really critical that they win if they're in this spot to get in. They're going to have to win to get in. And then you look at the Bears, they're 10-3. They've got the 1 seed under control. The Rams and Buccaneers. We've got a 3-way tie for 7-6 between the Cowboys, Eagles, and Giants. The Packers are 8-5, trailing the Bears by 2 games, but they could still catch the Bears. The Packers play the Bears twice in the final 4 weeks, so if they sweep that series, they could still win the division. And then you got the Eagles the Niners are only 1 game back of the Rams, and the Seahawks in this scenario are 7-6 on the outside looking in. The Giants and Lions are also 7-6 on the outside looking in. What teams have been eliminated from the playoffs in Joey's scenario here as we enter the final 4 weeks? I believe the Jets and Dolphins are out. I think the Steelers have been... No, Steelers played the Bengals and lost. They played the Browns and lost both games in Joey's scenario. So I think the Steelers at 0-5 against the division, I think that eliminates the Steelers. So yes, the Jets, Dolphins, and Steelers have all been eliminated. Right now, the Colts are 3-10. If the Colts win out and the Jags lose out, Colts could still get in, but the Colts are hanging on by a thread. I don't know if they're still in this after taking tiebreakers into account. The AFC West is still alive, and the AFC South is still alive, but the Jets, Dolphins, and Steelers are out in the AFC. And then we've got the, I think the Vikings are out, the Cardinals are out, and the Panthers and Falcons are out. Everyone else is alive. No, the Falcons are still alive because the Eagles are 7-6. So the Falcons and Panthers are still alive. Only the Cardinals and Vikings. So really only a few teams eliminated, Joey. Only 5 teams eliminated mathematically. Everyone else still has a chance. So that's the good news. The bad news is a bunch of teams are going to get heartbroken next Saturday. And I'm going to load the NBA Draft Simulator and let Joey finish that up. And then we'll close out the show. And if you guys want a link to the draft simulators, I can post that link in the description of our YouTube show. But I am gonna load the NBA simulator up, and then I will get us caught up here. Let Joey pick for the top 10. If there's a player that's not current, I got the simulator updated to 13 players. It was at 8. I had a pretty busy week. I should have done more. That's on me. I've got the NHL one at 30. But yeah, we'll see what we can get done for this because it's gonna be hard. I know for a fact Joey had Dibansa at 1, Boozer at 2, Peterson went 3rd, and then Wilson went 4th. And then Joey was deciding between 2 players last week. He said Braden Burries and Nate Ament. And I have both of them in the top 12. I added Sanak, but then I realized he averaged under 10 points a game, so he's going to be sliding down boards. I don't know how far he's going to slide. I still think he's a round 1 guy, but he's going to be sliding down some boards. But between Burries and Ament, do you have a preference after watching those 2 over the last week? Ament was a preseason
go
top
up a little
5.
bit or down. But
Ament was, I had Ament at 12, 6'9", 210. Burries 6 foot 214. These are the NBA Combine measurements. These are the official measurements via the NBA Combine, not necessarily what sites are reporting, like the school websites.
I'll take the Tennessee forward.
He was a preseason top 5 pick, but I can understand. And Ament, he gets to learn under Kawhi Leonard, or the Clippers maybe move on from Leonard. But yeah, the Brooklyn Nets at 6 here. I think the Brooklyn Nets need a shooting guard if they're going to keep Igor Demin at point guard. But if they move, they're open to taking the best player on the board regardless of position. So Wagler is a net here, and then we've got and the Kings. Flemings is the only point guard that can defend well, and the Kings need a point guard. So, I mean, look, the other guys, you could make an argument for a Cuff. You can make an argument for Mikal Brown. You can make an argument they're better shooters, but they don't defend as well as Flemings does. Flemings is a really good defender. So,
well, the problem, Kings need to score some more points too, so I'll go with the Cuff.
All right. I do have a Cuff on the Kings at 7 in my mock draft. So that's fair. In Atlanta, they traded Trae Young. They get their pick between Flemings and Mikal Brown Jr.
Yeah, I'll go with Flemings here.
All right. And the Mavericks, this is a tough pick because I have a Daymar to the Mavericks at 9 because I think Kyrie Irving's going to come back next year, and their center went from averaging double-digit points as a rookie when the Mavs made the NBA Finals, Derek Lively, to just doing awful, averaging only 9.7 points a game as a backup to Anthony Davis, to averaging a meager 4.8 points a game after Anthony Davis got traded. So I think Lively's done as a starter with the Mavs, and that's why I went with a Daymara, the Michigan center, at 9. But if you're not sold on Kyrie Irving coming back from his injury, nobody's going to blame you for taking Mikal Brown Jr. if you think he's the best player on the board. That's what makes this a hard pick to make for the Mavs at 9. Because it really is a best player available versus need pick. And how confident are you that Kyrie Irving's going to come back from his injury after missing all of this season? I mean, he's getting older. I still think he can do it, but he is getting older. And Father Time is undefeated.
You need to start looking. I think we do need to start looking at that. So I would go with just to, make sure we have a backup plan. Kyrie Irving.
And then the Bucks at number 10, they need a shooting guard to round out the starting 5.
Burris.
Braden Burris. And then who fell to 11? We'll find out who Golden State takes next time. But right now, They need a center to round out their starting five. They've got Mara, but Visar, I watched Visar's tape. I was really impressed. I mean, I know Visar is a second-round grade, but I was impressed with him enough to move him ahead of Sinak. And obviously, I need to add more forwards and guards to this for next week, obviously. But I think we did well for the top 10. I think I did well. I did enough to where I made this for Joey a little bit easier, but I need to do a lot more next week instead of adding 5 players. I need to get this thing up to like 20. I really do. So I've got the NHL at 30. I'm going to add the final 2 first-round players for that. I need to get the NBA one up to but we'll end the show there. We'll promote this show, and yeah. So that'll be it for this week, and then we will be back next week.
Yep.
And
thank you guys for viewing. Check out Under the Bleachers and check out us with our Saturday shenanigans coming up. So,
yep.
hashtag Draft Utopia, hashtag Under the Bleachers.
And next Saturday, you're going to get the first 5 picks of the MLB Draft Simulator, plus my mock draft, plus NBA, plus NHL. But you're getting all of that after the final 4 weeks of the NFL season, with the Memorial Day mock draft at the end. The 2027 NFL mock draft at the very end. I'm going to go, but you're going to get the top 5 for the MLB. You're going to get top 14 for the NBA, and then you're going to get top 16 for the NHL. So you'll get that. I don't know if we'll do the picks first or we'll do the schedule first, but we'll end the show with the 2027 NFL mock draft. And I'm not sure what thumbnail we're going to get, because I'm going to have just as many people arguing we should get a 2027 NFL thumbnail as I am with William getting Rock Chalowski on the White Sox. I'm going to have just as much of an argument for that, too. So we'll see. We'll figure that out, but it's going to be a thumbnail of one of those 2, probably either the 2027 mock or Rock Chalowski. It's going to be one of those 2 for next week. But yeah, we'll open up with whatever's in the thumbnail, and then we'll dive into the rest of the NFL season and do the remaining mock drafts at the end of the remaining NHL, NBA, and NFL mocks at the end, like we did today. So yeah, and then the playoffs will be on William's birthday. So yep, you have to wait 2 more weeks to find out who Joey and William have in their playoffs, and you might have to rewatch this if you lost track of who William had in his playoffs, or William can pull up a simulator on Playoff Predictors or PFN, go through all the games, and then screenshot the results to me. That's also something you could do on your computer if you want to. But I'm going to end the show, and enjoy your day. I'm glad we got out of here by